that made you go, hmm, what's that? How
Yeah,
about,
double check. Uh, with the blood pool, it says blood per turn, and it's blank. I
that
don't know
should
what
be
that
one.
means.
Just fill in one.
Like,
That's how many every
but
turn in combat. You can spend them to up your points temporarily.
yeah,
But don't forget you
so
gotta.
I assume like if I wanted to like boost my alertness, I'd drop down a blood pool or two or
No,
three.
no, 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 no. Use this on your physical traits. Because you're a
Okay.
vampire.
He's
You can walk
so
on walls.
strength, dex, and stamina.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just for clutch should also
And
be one. I always forget that one because it's usually just one.
and you can only use one or you gain one.
One.
What do you say, Bella?
You can only use one or you gain one.
Can only use one per turn.
Okay.
Like gaining takes is just a whole other thing.
Assume it requires you doing like something of your species because I know we're not all vampires.
Yeah. One is just an old little lady.
Holy.
Just a nice old lady. She'll make you a scarf, and then you'll be warm all winter.
Scoff.
All right.
And of course, the little divots is like how many dice you get to roll
Yep.
for them.
So if I say for you, for example, I say strength athletics, then you add the 2 of strength and the 3 of athletics, and you roll 5.
Oh.
If the amount of dice you would roll is equal to the difficulty of a roll, which is usually 6, maybe more, you can basically take rote. You'll succeed enough, but never more than you might. What am I going to type in? Drive, because I need to see my...
So if the challenge is like 6 and I'm rolling 6 dice, I get
Yes.
to rope.
So if you were rolling dexterity athletics against difficulty 6, well, 7 or lower, really, you could take an automatic marginal success.
Yeah. Oh, anything below that, I can take a mortal.
Yeah, equal to or less.
Yeah.
I hate that I have a constant light ticklish cough of late.
The lingering cough sucks.
Ah,
Yeah.
welcome to the baby Claireland.
I've basically heard everyone that's post COVID has gotten that.
I had that after I got just the flu too.
I had that before I got it, and now I have it forever.
I wonder if killing Claire might help
I mean, it's always worth trying.
slake my throat with her blood.
It would stop the coughing.
I mean, it's not continuous. It's comes and goes, so it's fine. Oh, what is that, Claire?
Claire has
Yeah.
died.
I beat her up. Bam.
See, under my backgrounds, I have a blank one.
On your background, you have a blank one?
Yeah, I have a avatar and blank with two marks.
Oh, that didn't register properly then. Because it should be familiar. You're familiar too. You gotta shove 2 quintessence into that every week.
How do I
And,
get quintessence?
and in return, it gives you paradox points. It absorbs them for you. Basically, by giving it some of your magic juju, which you can suck out of living things, it absorbs some of the nasty stuff that happens when you try to mess with reality.
Oh, by the way, I'm magic.
Paradox is like, you know how in Warhammer magic is chaotic and everything goes horribly wrong? That's something that happens over time as you do too many fucky things. Gosh, that is the
Too
simplest
many-
explanation I've given for that so far.
You poke too many holes in the bag and it starts leaking.
It also depends on the kind of magic. Like if you're doing fucky magic, like making cars fly in the air, that's different from like doing a cute little parlor trick.
Yeah, that's poking a big hole.
I got a little pokey stick and I got a big pokey stick.
Look at me. I have sharp rock now.
What was I gonna look up again? Something I wanted to look up. Oh, quintessence. Oh yeah, yeah. Somewhere in these absurd books, there's like a little table that's like, this is how many quintessence you can find in things. Oh yeah, this hilarious fucking table. The paradox backlash roll. Oh,
Sounds like an Inuyasha attack.
It
Paradox
really
backlash roll.
does.
I mean, I love that the hot. One of the results you can get just makes you fuck off. You're just gone now. You've been sucked into the other realm. Gosh, this really is like Warhammer, isn't it?
Well,
That's
you,
This is
Take a
somehow
hip-
less grimdark, though.
you take a hip and a hop, and then suddenly you're in the warp. You just slip
Hip.
and slide.
I hit it.
Unless you're an orc, then you can kill your way across the whole warp.
Okay, I'm gonna look up. God damn, this
You-
index is dense.
You went to the dang local subway saying you wouldn't go again. Boom, you're in the warp.
God dang it! Every other week.
I just want to look up that stupid table. But I need you guys to know that like the index is dense, and I want you to know that. Like I don't know if these
Okay.
guys get paid by the page, but
They probably do.
spending on magic rolls, you can do that, yes. But I need the table. The quintessence paradox wheel. No.
Is that all the pages quintessence comes up in?
There's more though.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. Why is there so much garbage to this? I just want to look up how much quintessence you can suck out of a boy by sticking a little straw in him.
Assuming I carry the straw.
Apparently, wizards have implements. I don't know how that works, and I don't want to look it up. I'm scared.
No, it's called impalements. It's what I do with the straw.
Just give me one. I just want to look at this table because my brain gets fixated. I hate this system, by the way, for one major reason. That's that my desire to know things always gets prompted like, oh, I want to know the answer to that question, and then I have to look through the index, and then I have to look through the book, and it's never nice about how that works. You want to know about the optional rule for resonance and synergy? It's a whole nother thing you can look at for hours. Oh yeah, here we go. Level 6, Paradox Discharged, 21. You go nuts and become an NPC. This has to be some kind of ooh, the types of quiet. You can go into denial, you can go mad, or you can become kind of gross. Oh, this is. Oh no, it's backlash. That's different. Banishment to the Paradox Realm. There you go.
You're just there now.
I know it's in here somewhere. I've seen the table. With my own two little babby eyes.
1 second.
Uh,
Is this it? Is this where this is?
Hello, Shark Bait.
Baby,
Shark bait.
baby.
There we go. Quintessence points that can be extracted with prime sphere effects. A human has 10, just like they have blood. A powerful animal. A changeling. I'm gonna suck some juice out of a ghost. Takes out a sippy straw.
This
Page
sounds right.
507. All right. Okay, cool. My notes are inconclusive, but that shouldn't be too troublesome. I wish you could just save, because I think it's very fun that you can do this.
You gain a special social power where you like if someone's like saying something very important, you can manifest a fountain soda that's almost empty. So you'll just
yeah,
All
you're
right.
it's infinite, almost empty.
just.
It always
loud
makes that
slurp.
noise. Like, every single cartoon when someone's drinking from like a soda cup, it makes just only that sound of someone almost having soda in there. Yeah, the
Yeah,
frustrating noise.
I love
Yeah,
that they do
just
that
have
when
just
someone has
enough.
like a fresh cup too.
Yeah, it's like you see them get the cup. It just makes that. Why are you drinking the empty cup, dude?
It's not empty, man.
Why aren't you complaining about your empty cup?
Why you
I'd
complaining?
be complaining about that.
You just spent $6 at a food court for a drop of soda.
Apparently, you have to fish for it too.
All right. All right. Our story starts off in beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Cleveland.
Well, Dizzy got up.
Dizzy. On
Oh,
two
yeah.
legs.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back.
Oh my God, we're going to Cleveland. Claire, we're in Ohio.
I love that we're
No,
getting a cameo from Dizzy Dad. Sir, drink my Slurpee. Why? Ugh. You're out in beautiful Cleveland, which is, as I've learned today, A, in Ohio, and B, adjacent to Lake Erie. These are all facts I did not know.
Yeah, Claire has to be close to it. I'm sorry, Claire.
Claire, I know that your health is suffering from being so close to Cleveland, but you gotta bear with me.
Yeah, Ohio is Ohio.
Listen, I thought Ohio was lower, and like more to the west. Cause I don't know. I was got the impression it was like a big plain.
I make an effort
You
every
lived in
day
the
to
Great
not know
Plains?
where any of the American states are.
Yeah, I
think
don't.
that's my duty as a foreigner.
God damn it! I can't
I,
see the
I,
little
I
chef.
feel like some of the outside states are like very easy for you guys. Obviously, California, but and Florida. But like once you get to the nitty gritty, like Vermont, which is outside, but oh,
I assure you that most people don't even know what order Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Georgia are in.
No one
I
cares
don't
about
even
those
know where.
states.
I don't even know where any of those are.
There are
They
people.
could be in South Africa for all I know.
You could probably
I don't
convince
even
people
know
that there's an
places
East
are.
Virginia.
yeah. For all you know, half those states are made up.
I mean, they are. They're
This
countries.
country, yeah, this entire state and country is also not real.
Claire is in the beta version of America.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Ohio.
Okay. No.
Claire, your entire state is a Waffle House.
Full release is coming soon.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Waffle House is the American and real life PvP zone. Claire exists in it.
That's true. That's actually, but to everyone who's not American here,
And from that coast.
yeah, not Coast, yeah, Waffle Houses are PvP enabled zones. You go there, you better expect to like,
You
you
better
know,
you're either gonna shank or get shanked.
there is no in between.
Well, either or.
Yeah,
Y'all
either or
start
Cleveland.
off in picturesque Cleveland.
Mhm.
It's probably like in the afternoon because, as far as you know, you're not going to be picking up Claire until a few hours into the trip. And really only Claire and Bella are the ones who need to worry about the, what's it called? You know.
The deets.
Yeah, the deets, basically. Goodness. Fuck this up every time. How far is it from here to here? And we'll keep it to that. Gosh, America's big. It's a 7-hour drive. Ugh.
Oh, that's how long it took Ringo and I to get out there.
Oh, no. That, for some reason, it was giving me instructions for the train. The train is 7 hours. Driving is 3. What the fuck is wrong with your train system?
Yes.
It takes me 7 hours to public. Like, here's the funny part, right? In the Netherlands, you know what? It takes me about as long as it does with a car. At least during traffic hour, it does. Actually, I know what's wrong with the American train system. Part of it has to do with the electrification of the grid, and also a lot of it has to do with the fact that most of the train system is owned, like the rails are not nationalized. They are owned by private cargo companies who are doing you a favor letting trains for passengers drive on it, and it's making me fucking laugh.
Also, you could probably bring it back to Ford somehow.
Yep.
It's always
Ford is
Actually,
probably
General
responsible.
Motors.
Ah,
Them too.
You know what? Give us all a nice fact before we go to Cleveland.
Me?
What did General
Turtles
Motors
can breathe
do?
through their bum holes.
Oh, General Motors in the early days of creating the roadways and highways in America spent tons of money on lobbyists in order to make sure that the US train system was underdeveloped, specifically so that they could have a stranglehold on cars.
Considering what I know about like the old coal oil days of like Jesus Christ, fucking trains in America have such a weird history. Third world country, everyone. Don't even pretend otherwise. India probably has better trains.
Hey, at least ours are better than the British.
Did you
But
have
at
to
least
make?
Britain has them.
I mean, we have them, they just suck.
All right,
And
kids.
we made sure of that.
Sala, it's probably like 3 in the afternoon. You're about to start like a 6 hour drive to take a big long nap out in Buffalo. What the fuck is this? Google's telling me that is insisting on telling me that there's a whole bunch of road that's been blocked off in Buffalo. That's cute. Or are those toll? What is it telling me about? Oh, no, the road closed. Cool. That's a long stretch of road to have nothing closed. Where are you? What are you doing? Are you ordering something, a snack for the road out by a nice drive-through?
I mean, I'm probably getting a snack because I can. I'm the kid. I'm
Probably
gonna
gonna
get
be
myself something to eat.
probably gonna be gone for like a week, so you presumably have like bags packed in the back.
You're a kid?
No,
Relatively.
they're a child at heart is more what it means. I got a better question for you. What kind of car do you have?
Hmm. Okay, not a soccer mom mobile. No idea. Where's Ringo? He goes to sleep. Oh fuck.
You don't have to tell me a brand. Listen, I'm not an American. I don't know cars by brand like some sort of magical hive mind.
I'm barely
Yeah,
an
what
American.
color is it? That's about the extent. of
Okay,
knowing
I got
cars.
like
Is it a tall car?
your
A long car?
general
How many
road
wheels
car
it
that's
got?
like a 4-seater, kind of like the one I owned back in America. I mean, back in Oregon. I'm in America. What am I saying?
Is it just a nice, comfortable four-seater?
Yeah, just like my Jetta, which is the only car I'll know the brand of offhand.
Cool. I still think it's fucking weird that Americans have just the magical power to know car brands in years.
Ringo's over there.
Well,
It scares me.
I mean, you're not really America, are you? You're not flying the flag as a cape, disrespecting it horribly, but pretending it's somehow patriotic. I still love that apparently there's like rules that you shouldn't wear it as a shirt or something.
Actually goes against the U.S. flag code.
I love that you fucking have one. I imagine every country has one technically. All right, so you're sitting in your little four-seater. You're out by the McDonald's getting yourself something for the road. Unless you're a Burger King, I don't judge what you're going for.
No, I judge Burger King. I'm not there.
Yeah, Burger King sucks so much.
Shut
Like,
up,
it's the worst.
corporate stooge.
What the? No, I'm speaking fact. Burger King is garbage.
Claire says as she's handed another $1.
Yeah, it's called her wages.
Oh no, yeah. I should show you a picture of my Christmas bonus.
You're sitting out in the beautiful drive-thru, waiting for your order to get processed. You've already put your order down. The guy behind you has been nonstop yelling over the little intercom box. Ooh. It's actually uncomfortable being stuck between the guy in front of you who's doing payment and waiting to be told to go forwards, but also sitting in front of someone who is having a lively discussion about how specific his instructions are.
Oh.
These people.
I think I just dealt lethal damage to Claire.
Like,
Player, roll 1d6.
I wanted my buns half toasted.
I'm gonna don't even start with that crap with the toasted everything. Oh, I just posted the wrong chat. People are gonna be wondering what the hell I'm doing.
If he enabled
People are always asking that.
People are always wondering if Claire has
Me.
bones or if she's just made of jelly.
Me after Safi scars me.
These instructions that you were given on how to get there, you still don't get. So, when you organized all of this, I presume that the way it kind of happened is y'all got into a Google chat after we told, like, by the way, we're organizing a big old meeting powwow. Here's some people we expect you to pick up. Like, this is your group to keep it nice and organized because a whole lot of people are getting invited. So you took care of that. And you're looking at the instructions on how to get to. Dizzy, what's your character's name again? Tell the group.
Prudence Mason.
Lovely. Where do you
Kind
live,
of.
Prudence Mason? Are you the kind of person who lives in the middle of town, or do you live like at the outskirts, in like a lovely little house that definitely doesn't look like a witch lives there?
Probably just on the outskirts. Just not like
Spurbs.
in the middle of everything. Just quiet little house,
Isn't
side of the
Cleveland
road.
isn't Cleveland a rust town?
How am I supposed to know?
I'm asking
Wait,
Xyla
Cleveland
actually.
what?
Is Cleveland the rust town? Is it decaying under the decreasing American industrialization?
No, that's Detroit.
Okay. Well, it's near Detroit, so I thought maybe they're the same.
Actually, they're pretty far in terms of that sort of stuff. Like
Well-
the Great Lakes are pretty friggin' huge.
Well, in that case, Dizzy, I got good news for you. The suburbs are probably very nice. They're still a scam, but they're very
Yeah.
nice.
Massive scale.
I love the fact that suburbs are entirely sustained by endless growth. Like, that can't ever go wrong.
Like the entire economy.
Yeah.
One day the chickens will come to roost, and oh boy.
Yeah,
They
it's
ain't
called right
leaving.
now.
All right, let's have a look. See, there's a guy yelling behind you. The guy in front of you is having payment problems. You're gonna be stuck here for like minutes. And that guy in the back has the lungs of a professional diver. What do you do to make it through this?
Okay, so first, let me get into
You're a kid at
Let me
heart,
get
but
the
you're
right-
not an actual child, so unfortunately, mentally grading situations still exist.
I stare at them like this for a bit.
God dang it. You get your food, you get your meals. It's time to hit the road. Alright, let's take a look at this map. And let's see if you can figure it out. How about you give me a wits research as you take a good long look at this map? No, alertness. I like alertness. The difficulty is 4. You're just following a map.
You said wits alertness.
Wits alertness. So that should be 2 and 2.
Yep. So what I roll for this again? In a bit.
4 dice. And you're rolling against difficulty 4.
So 40 watts, tens.
10s, yes.
Hey, I got an exact average. 2 1s and 2 8s.
Oh god, that's great.
Oh,
Prudence, you take a look at your little. How organized are you about this trip? Have you like planned everything out, or are you just like playing it by ear?
I mean, I've planned out as much as I can. I've made lunches for everyone. I've got my little bags all organized.
No.
Things.
I mean more like, would you notice if Stacy is like an hour late? Because she's like an hour late.
How's
I'm
that,
sure
Stacey?
I'm sure she'd have reasons if she was late. I'm not going to get mad at her. Just sit on my porch doing some knitting while I wait.
Stacy, you drove into like 4 different incorrect cul-de-sacs. Before
There we
you
go. Here's why I had to send to the group chat.
Oh, show us the good Sala. Come on.
I just put it into the chat.
Oh,
Great.
help! Someone is up in Chicago. It's on fire.
help!
Help.
Prudence, as mentioned, you see this 4-seater that good old-fashioned Stacy owns. Stacy, by this point, you've probably already finished all of your food, which is scattered all around your car. Unless you clean up. I don't know, how neat are you with the consumables in your vehicle?
Kind of.
Gosh. Well, you stop outside of the nice old lady's house, located in the suburbs. A lovely little, man, that sure is a suburban house. It's way too wide and 1 floor up. The old lady sitting out on the porch. She does look like how you remember her from years ago. That's what age does to you. Eventually you don't change as much.
She looks just like a little old lady.
It was like the same little old lady that was here before, just slightly littler and older.
Well, Prudence, there's a car in front of your house, and they've sat there for like a minute. Probably double checking the map.
Very, how old people are getting up out of chairs. Just very slowly and carefully walking over to my bags. I'm taking a very long time doing everything, so it doesn't matter that she's late. Just slowly come over, A polite little wave.
Well, Stacy.
I'm gonna roll down the window, lean over. Yo, bitch, it's going to Vegas.
Oh, I haven't been to Vegas in a very long time. And reminds me of the old day about 25 years ago was probably the last time.
Wait, you're an old person.
Prudence just launches into an old anecdote of the last time she was in Vegas.
I I just want to remind you that don't forget that the system has pictures like this in a book about wizards.
Of course it does.
I love the person just like with their hands on their crotch, like, all right, hey, before we do this, don't hit me there. Don't hit me there, okay?
Get the ground rules.
No crotch chops.
Yeah, no crotch chops, okay?
No face chops.
5 minutes in to this Claire level rant, and Stacy's gonna get out. Remember, she's actually in her 40s.
What the fuck? Draw an Among Us.
John Amogus.
Sorry, I had to share that really
I'm
fast.
so tired of the Amogus.
On top, writing a sound. I love how good it overlaps too. He's just a little man. Well,
It's immensely salmon shaped.
I don't know why he's so funny, but I love this little chubby guy.
I'm sorry.
He just killed Safi.
Down the road you go. It's a long trip through the eastern shore. I don't know if it's very hilly out there. I imagine it kind of, since you're not that far from the Apocalasia.
Safi, it's very familiar to you.
Oh god, it's flat.
The majority of like Ohio and Illinois and Indiana, friggin' laser leveled.
I mean, you're
You
going
know, I
into
don't think I've seen
Pennsylvania.
a hill in years.
Claire, it's in the evening, and you're in the middle of Allegheny National Forest.
Not sure his
I'm-
name.
I've been probably sleeping on the ground.
You live in a wildlife park for most of it.
It's pretty
God
great.
knows what you're doing out there. You probably
City
s-
bugs.
You probably smell like dirt. You'll look like shit.
Sounds like an old Dizzy character.
I feel
Listen.
what? First off, I feel and look beautiful like the dirt.
Your appearance is one, and you're a gangrel. That should say everything, really.
Believe me, it could be worse.
You could be a Nosferatu, yes. And then you'd look like the back end of a truck.
Claire would be a vampire at that point.
Unfortunately, while you've had your lovely, lovely night's sleep as a vampire during the day, probably in like a specialized tent, you were. I imagine that reaching you was kind of a complication. You probably just have a post box in a nearby town, and that's where
You-
all your communications go.
You gotta go. You gotta go to a guy who knows a guy who knows a
Because
who
you
knows a
spend
badger.
because you spend most of your stupid time out in the woods playing with wolves.
Like,
Oh, hey,
rather than a
Gangrel. Yeah,
street
I remember
address,
that guy.
We were just given a series of landmarks and turns to take. Just like a turn left to the big rock that looks kind of like a bear, and then just go down about 5-ish minutes, and then you'll see a tree that's kind of sideways,
Perform,
and then
perform
It
a
like
six
grew sideways.
perform a 6 stunt jump out in
It's
the
a
middle of
kickflip.
nowhere.
The instructions are like really poorly written too. It's like keep going up the path until it gets weird.
kind of darkish in this area.
is,
Like,
is,
if it gets super dark, you've gone too far.
is a lynched corpse floating upwards weird, or was it weird when we saw the guy with 4 headlights?
4 is fine. If you see 5, you're in the wrong place.
If there's one in the middle of the car grill, something's gone wrong.
That one's not a car.
That's the car penis. Where else do you think cars come from?
Also quotations. I'm not a cop.
Yeah, like that's written after every direction.
So, Emily, you were at where you, you told him you would meet him, which is out by Ridgeway. It's in the middle of God knows where. What do you do to spend the inordinate amount of time that you probably have to spend waiting because of how poor your instructions are?
Oh, that's easy. Look, I have all the entertainment I need out here. Do you think I need those city things? Check it out. Look over there. Disembodied voice of the game master. See that rabbit? I'm wondering. I'm wondering who will move first, me or it, before they get here.
So you're just standing like a corpse.
Well, it's staring at the rabbit. And the
The
rabbit,
rabbit,
being a
I
rabbit.
assume, is terrified.
It's a battle of wits.
It's a battle of wits. God damn it.
And then my familiar, which is a hawk, eats the rabbit.
I can't take this. The fucking thought of just standing there menacingly.
Staring at it.
Menacingly,
Well, they're not intentionally menacingly, but the problem is they're a gangrel, so they constantly look either like super stoned or about to hurt you.
Claire, you can't help the fact that the menacing characters are floating around you.
I have the menacing tag on every situation, no matter what.
It's your signature. It just auto
Yeah,
appends. I thought I was in a server that had menacing character, but maybe it's just I'm in a server where someone uses it a lot. Oh well.
They're just standing there.
Yeah, it's Dizzy. It's your fault. Eventually, a car pulls up to you. Inside of this vehicle are a very young-looking person and an old lady, and a bunch of bags cluttered up in the back.
I'm already tired.
It's not even midnight, man. Man up.
get used to it, it's gonna get weirder.
Oh yeah.
Prudence is already
How many bags do you have
having
anyway?
having a small nap in the back seat.
Claire, how many bags does your character have? Like, since you live out in the woods, what are you taking with you?
Bits and bobs, things. Things a dirty like forest living animal person would have. So like bits and bobs for trap making, Nickelback CD, probably a knife.
3 Hessian sacks of pine cones.
There's a
I
half
assume like
rat carcass you're still drying out.
I assume there's a chip in the Nickelback CD, so it doesn't actually play, but you keep it anyway.
The fuck?
It gets halfway through the second song and then just stops.
This one plays. Look at this photograph. That's all that matters.
Well, Bella,
Yeah.
it's time for your character to show up on the scene. Out by Buffalo, which apparently is by Niagara Falls.
Also, I'd have
Yes,
one
sir.
bag, like a knapsack. Just saying.
At least it's near a city called Niagara Falls. I don't know where the actual Niagara Falls are.
New York.
I always imagined that they were in the
Somewhere
middle of
wet.
nowhere, but it's probably going to be like like a pyramids of Giza thing, where like Cairo is like in the background, slowly consuming it. Right?
Actually, it's a state park, so it actually has a fair distance before it gets to a town. Unless you're on the Canadian side.
Yeah, I know. It shares a border with Canada. There are the Niagara. Okay. Oh, they're called the Horseshoe
Yeah.
Falls, apparently.
Looks like this.
Yeah.
I thought they were called
Pictures are always taken from one side.
just like the fucking pyramids. So those are called the Horseshoe Falls, right? Or am I looking at the wrong one?
Yeah, I've never actually spent much time in New York. But yeah, the Horseshoe Falls are one of the 3 falls in Niagara Falls.
Yeah. They're curved like a horseshoe.
That's actually pretty dang sweet. There's not a lot of like altitude difference between the two, but all right. You know, you learn something
Yeah.
every day. You find out that apparently there always was a city in the back. God damn it, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
it's
think the
expected.
Horseshoe Falls are the famous one. It's the big like thingamajig.
Drop.
Drop it.
Bella, what the fuck are you doing in the Niagara Falls area?
Um, so I'm pretty much, you know, been at the falls, taking selfies, taking you know, shots of the scenery. But I got bored, so I kind of climbed over the rail. And have you ever seen Superman 2?
No.
Well, in Superman 2, there's a scene where there's kids playing on the rail, just like pretending to fall back, but like trying to catch every time. But he's doing it on top of the falls, and like an idiot, he doesn't catch himself and he falls down the falls. Caitlin is doing that on purpose.
You're falling into the Niagara Falls?
Yes. Just like, let's go.
Before that, I got a question for you.
Yes.
What the hell do you send these people that are gonna pick you up? Because they're late by at least an hour. What do you
Uh,
send them as like, hey, where the fuck are you?
I'm assuming I'm keeping them up to date with my selfies.
Oh my
And
god.
you know, yeah, they know exactly where I'm at because, you know, they're getting live updates.
Oh Christ, you're a vampire TikToker.
And that
It's like a
and then you
frame
get
by frame animation.
the last update you get is me actually falling into down the falls, just like, let's
Taking
go.
selfies on the way down.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are like seconds away from entering the town of Buffalo, and you almost immediately see like this picture of her dropping herself into running water. What a
Yeah.
champ.
Probably fine.
How much pressure would or like weight would be behind falling into the Niagara Falls bottom?
I mean, people did it in barrels.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, I'm doing it raw.
doing it
Raw
raw.
dogging it.
How many vampires is it durable as like one barrel? I don't know. Like
Bella, can you roll me athletics stamina? That should be 3+3. The
3
difficulty
plus
is
3,
6.
6.
I want to see like how scuffed up you are at the bottom.
At
we just
60
watch
then?
fellas
Yes,
around
60
here.
10, thank you.
Okay.
Another way to do this is you can open your sheet, you can just click anything, and it should just always have 1 point, so you just enter 5 as like a modifier, and then boom.
Oh.
But it's up, it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look. Goodness me, these rolls are atrocious. Alright, because one's subtract a success, so...
Oh
So-
no.
So unfortunately, by the time you pull yourself out of the water, you've presumably lost your jacket, a shoe,
Ah.
and a shoe and a sock. Like, I mean, you don't need
That
to
was
breathe. You're fine. But, you know,
That was a nice jacket. I like that jacket.
so you go back up the stairs, and when they finally arrive, they see you waterlogged.
Hey. Where's your car?
The hell are you doing?
I got bored. So
You're going to catch
What's
a
up?
cold like that. Prudence like shuffles over and puts a little shawl over your shoulders.
Soaks up
Okay.
all the water.
Since I'm on the mage thing, I'm not a vampire, am I?
No.
Which of us are vampires?
present.
Emily and Caitlin, Claire and Bella.
Yeah, me of
That's why I
course.
don't deal with vampires.
Although,
Prudence is just an old lady.
Prudence is gonna be the final effing boss, isn't she? Because I've heard that crap before. Oh, I'm just an old lady with a creepy long laugh.
I'm gonna take out my gun.
Like, I've played From Software's average game now. I know old ladies.
Every time Prudence says anything, she goes.
But can she do grandma breakfasts? Because I'll forgive everything. You know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking. I mean, technically speaking, Claire can in fact just stomach food.
Yeah, I love eating food.
No, I mean you have the merit. Like normally vampires can't eat food without vomiting it up because they don't have a digestive system that works.
Yeah, it helps you blend in with the pack and people.
I personally like to see it from the perspective of the fact that you just like eating raw animals you hunt.
Oh yeah,
Good way
animals, slow moving people.
to... You've got a better aim than that. Thanks, Claire. Pat, pat. All right. Caitlin,
Yes.
you're rich. You have high standards. Are you going to drive
Yeah.
this extremely plain vehicle, soaking wet?
What condition is the vehicle in? Is my question. Like, is it
It's
like
probably
a?
okay. I do upkeep.
So it's not like a little beat up thing.
No, it's not a total beater.
It did not lose a hubcap when it stopped.
It didn't lose a couple inches off the ground.
No, I mean
Oh,
like the car
boy.
stops and just like it's fine, and just the hubcap immediately falls off.
But
Necropulsing.
yeah. For one, I'm not like it's presentable, right? Like if I rolled up in it, like people were like, "Oh yeah, that's not a bad car, right?"
Yeah, it's
Oh
not like
my
a
God.
horrible vehicle.
Are you gonna get like a debuff if you get into a crappy car?
No, I will legit offer to buy you a new one.
Caitlin kicks the tires. She doesn't know if it's good or not. She just knows if it's fancy or not.
I will just if you let me, I will buy you a new one.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Kicks a car and destroys. Oh no!
Classic video.
But if you won't let me, I will just begrudgingly sit in the car.
I've had Ruby here with me for 15 years.
That is a long time.
It's actually
I've
not even
been-
as old as my real life car.
How can you own a car for that long?
Like I drove here in my Bugatti. I'm not gonna be able to drive us all there, so I'm just gonna hand that off to someone. So
Send
How-
someone the
how-
keys.
how do you have a car for 20 years?
I don't know.
You
I went
just
to
buy a
college
new one
4
every year?
times.
They just drive
Speaking
to a
of, like-
place and leave the car there, buy a new one, and then go somewhere else with it.
That does
Like,
sound
yeah,
very Caitlin.
We're leaving it behind. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to drive
You
it.
can call like a guy to move your car.
It's called a valet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even
but
have
I
a
mean,
No,
car.
there's a car moving service that exists.
Yeah, but if someone else is gonna sit in my car, then it might as well not be my car.
God, this is like an actual Valley Girl talk. Like,
No wonder this is Bella's character.
I gotta say, Bella's fucking hamming it up.
yeah, it's like we're facing off against an Isabella boss, but instead of combat, it's like trying to get her into a goddamn vehicle.
The fact that I know at least 3 people who have characters that are posh enough for this to make sense. We got Basil, we got Zala, and now apparently we got Bella.
We do have Isabella. Isabella would totally do this.
Am I typecasting myself since I'm like some dirty animal woman?
Yes.
So
I
sitting in
will eventually begrudgingly get into your car.
so sitting in a car is a really really young and preppy looking person, an extremely old lady, a dirty vampire, and a vampire that probably is like covered head to toe in fancy makeup. Gosh.
Look, I probably took a bath today.
I mean,
Yeah.
as a vampire, you don't produce sweat, so
Wait, really?
Wherever
Is that-
wherever the seat's
Yeah,
furthest
yeah.
from the gangrel, I'm just gonna take that one.
You're cold. You're dead. You don't experience heat.
Don't do respiration, Claire.
Yeah.
But you
your li-
exert. So when you exert yourself, you don't produce anything.
you don't produce sweat,
Nope,
you don't breathe.
basically.
As you don't need to cool off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't heat up or
I-
anything. I mean,
I
you heat
actually
up from
didn't know
friction,
that
but
part. Or I
your
forgot.
heart-
It's definitely one of
Like your
those.
heart's not beating.
Which is like a legitimate concern if you ever fall on the ground and someone's like, I'm gonna take their pulse, and they're like, oh no, they're dead.
And then you bite them.
It's okay. I just have thin veins. It's really hard to detect. I don't know. I gotta go.
Blair, every time you fall over and just go to sleep, it's like that scene with Ichigo when he left his body in the one movie. It's like you can't just leave your body everywhere. Why not? And they're just like putting him in the ambulance.
Oh, that's great. That's great. All right, let's see. Let's have a little look. See, now that you're all together, why? Jesus, don't be such a mean thing and yell at me about that. Okay, let's see. Now that you're together, you were given specific instructions for Bella and Niagara Falls. I love that line came true. You were told to take a small detour over to New York and through Washington for some things. Although you were told that further instructions would arrive when you get there.
When you say Washington, which
Yes,
one?
the DC one.
Okay, good. Because Washington State's a little out of our way.
Listen, I don't. I'm not very smart. Oh yeah, that Washington, just it's all the way on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's the northwesternest state.
It's gonna be a 7-hour drive to New York. And because you got two vampires in the back, unless you're playing to black this vehicle out, you're gonna have to travel at night.
I hate driving at night. And we can't have the old woman do it. Her eyes probably suck.
I could drive.
Prudence wears like really thick Coke bottle glasses. It's,
Don't worry about it. I will.
what it used to be.
I will take care of the night riding.
I don't know how to drive.
I
I'm
could
sure
fit-
you don't.
I figured.
There's a towel under you for a reason.
There's a man. God dang, getting out the puppy pads and everything. Oh,
Yeah.
All right. So, um, Caitlin, what are your bags
Yeah.
like?
numerous.
Do you even have bags since you can just buy whatever you want when you get there?
I have some things, but like mostly because I know we're gonna be stopping between the actual cities, so like I had to have something before we get to New York where I can refresh. So I have like a couple bags. I take out of my Bugatti before I hand over the keys.
Delightful.
Yeah.
And I hate how rich you are.
He's just like, man, I envy and want to take everything you have.
Anyway, it's late, but it's not late enough that. So a thing I should probably tell you about: humans can be up whenever they want to. Vampires, when it starts to get morning, they don't fall asleep. Their body just goes, "Yep, it's day. Time to fuck off."
Time to go comatose.
Yep. They just fall unconscious until it's night again.
This is awkward.
Yeah, it's very awkward. It's also very difficult to explain, which is why it's probably very nice to live out in the woods.
That's what you
So
do
what-
it.
So what were you doing here, young fella? I'm a gal. Right, young fella. What were you doing out here? Drunk. Cool. You gonna become with us?
Drugs.
Nah, I'm good.
What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Drugs?
Yeah, drugs and drunk. Lots of it.
I'm not even affected by drugs, man.
And if they ask me more questions, the other van's not being in the middle of the woods. Dang, I see two retired police officers suddenly.
No. 2 days to retirement police officers.
And then my hand gets really big and it's really cool. I mean, it's not cool
So
for
you're not
them.
allowed to do that.
Fucking big
Right.
hand. Down the road. Not in West Virginia, though. You're currently in the state of New York.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Oh, you're out by Attica. There's a lot of farms here, apparently.
Yes, New York is actually primarily farmland.
Oh my god, it's so
Wild,
much
ain't it?
farmland. Oh,
Yeah, people always think about New York City, but that's actually a very small
you want to
amount
know
of
what I
New
really
York
like about New
overall.
York City? Is that it's in the tiny little leg of New York. Like that's the part that fucks me up every time.
More like New York shitty.
Like
Kind of
you don't
is.
get this right. New York is this gun-shaped state, and New York is like the tip of the handle.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Who made these states? Why is Vermont like
Uh,
that?
multiple countries made these states, actually.
Thanks, multiple European countries.
Yeah, speaking of
Thank you,
music,
colonialism.
I'm probably part of the problem, considering that the Dutch originally owned Manhattan and everything. Wait, okay, wait a fucking minute. Wait one fucking minute. The north side of New York is that close to the mainland?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm learning a lot about
Mm.
proximity of things today.
hell, and here's another
Careful.
fun fact for you. The other thing in New York currently, Safi, is I'm quoting here: the rats are winning.
What does that
There,
mean?
there are so many rats infesting New York, or air quotes, what they would call infesting. There are so many rats that they actually cannot stop the population growth of rats.
Considering all the like housing pricing crisis, I think we should just ditch New York for a while.
Yeah, probably.
Let the fields follow.
Well, let the rats claim it. Basically, is the
Let the rats
consensus.
win.
The rats will die
But
out
do you,
very quickly afterwards because I highly doubt there's an ecosystem there that can sustain them.
that or it'll become like freaking a plague tale. But
Okay,
I'm
I
not
got
judging.
one quick thing. Why did they use such a cute picture of a rat? That's such a cute
'Cause
picture.
that's the problem, though. Rats are cute. Like,
The proletariat are supporting the rat cause, giving them cheese.
well, like the you have to actually edit a photo of a rat to make the rat look evil because the problem is by default rats are freaking adorable. Like they're chubby
Just little
little,
guys.
yeah, they're just little
Chubby
guys.
little dudes.
He's eating spaghetti. Look at him eating the
He's got
spaghetti.
cat.
Oh, I can't stand him. Oh, that's adorable. Oh my god, look at that rat. Thanks,
Yeah,
RuneScape.
they would have to use something like Princess Bride with the ROUSs.
Look at that man.
And even them, even they're kind of cute. I don't know. Like, I'd give them a little smooch.
I mean, he needs a dentist, but other than that,
Yeah.
a little shampoo maybe.
No,
All right.
I just share that.
All right, kids. So you're going out through the New Yorkian farmlands. Unfortunately, half of the people here are human, and the other half are vampires. Now, both of them still have dietary needs. Unfortunately, two of them, have to bite someone in the neck and sip a little blood out. If you don't, it takes you one blood point every morning just to get out of bed. Which admittedly does sound very human.
I have to spend more on that every day myself.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I think I get bonuses against that because I'm gangrel.
Do you?
I think. Unless that's something that was mostly in the video game, because like I could like feed off rats more often than others, because I like.
I think
know.
I think the idea is more that gangrels being more in tune with nature are like more accustomed culturally to just eating animals, but
Plus, I can eat food.
that doesn't help with your blood pool.
That's true.
Which, by the way, as it gets lower, you do become more. You do start to struggle looking at people like, even
Yeah,
Prudence is looking like a nice dried prune today.
So what's this
It looks like a
conversation
dried
like?
prune every day.
I'm like, hey, human, we gotta stop like once every now and then to like get things going, right?
Well, we'll say that you're a few hours, or like an hour into your journey, where you decide that you should probably find a place to shack up. Get some nibbles, get some eating done.
Yeah, I'm running out of Mountain Dew.
So here's the question, where are you going to stop? You going to stop in a lovely little old town? Or are you going to shack up in some random roadside motel? Or both?
Definitely don't want to go into a hostel.
Why
I just-
not? Hostels are great.
I mean, Motel
probably
would
end up
probably be
killing
efficient and
people.
cheap. Unless you want to camp out on the side of the road.
I,
I-
yeah.
You could also like do a find someone who's like offering their whole
Like-
rental.
Go to we could always get something from the classic.
Mm.
We just got to get on
Airbnb.
dang it, that one website you use to rent stuff when you're out of town.
I
My
like the
brain has some
Airbnb, but
Airbnb, yeah, the one that everyone hates.
Yeah.
For good reason. We could just
Yeah.
go there.
It's all the worst bits of the rental market cranked up to 11.
Excuse me, it's called the gig market because you're hustling, living that grind set.
God
what do
damn
I
every
know?
word you just said.
Just imagine me saying that while I'm shaking my butt and I'm like doing my little hands up and down and fists.
I'm gonna hit you with a mallet.
Thank you. God damn it. You know what? I normally play this when I bonk Claire, but I think it's only fair that if I'm getting the mallet, it is shared by all.
It's equality.
What?
It's just a good sound.
Okay, well,
Anyway, so
let's
Solid.
see. The nearest town off the big old freeway run is Dansville, which apparently is adjacent to a place called Cumminsville. Can't make this shit up.
Dan's Cummins.
Gosh, what's been on the radio all this time? What have you been listening to on the radio? Or have you just not listened to it out of sheer disagreement and sat bored in the car?
Mariah Carey. Lots of
no.
it. No.
How do you even know what that is?
They have Nickelback.
Those are the only 2 CDs they have in the forest.
Nickelback and Mariah Carey's Christmas collection.
God damn.
Well, I'll have you know, I'm very well versed in music. Flashback 2 years ago. Picking through like torn to pieces camping site. Cool, Mariah Carey. I wonder what that is. Yeah, I know things.
Well, there's a roadside motel, which apparently stands for motor hotel,
Yep, they're originally done for cars.
because America just can't get enough of those cars. People can go fuck themselves, but cars are cool.
Well,
And
actually, that one
cars-
makes sense because of how long driving across the country is. Like, in the Netherlands, like an hour drive is considered far.
Yes, because our world is designed in a reasonable distance.
It's also because you're in a small country relative to our land mass.
Listen, I know what you're talking about, but let me put it like this. The fact that someone has to go from one side of your country to another side is just nuts. That ever comes up. But for some reason, you have one of the biggest cities in the world on one side and another incredibly important city on the other, and you're just like, yep, this is fine.
Everything's okay. Welcome to a country.
It's perfectly fine if we have two megalopolises on the other sides of the country, and they're very important to each other, and everyone has to keep going between them. But then you take planes. Like, that's the part that gets me. Like, everyone always... God. I love
Yeah,
that.
I would prefer trains than planes.
I think that's always the part that fucks me up the most. Like, in Call of Cthulhu times, which is the 1920s, planes weren't a thing yet. Like, the whole airport business wasn't so big. And it just fucks me up. It's like, God, yeah, you do have to drive everywhere. Oh.
I don't think I'm allowed to complain. I live in the most isolated capital city in the world. So,
I mean, that's just Australia for you, really.
yeah. But our excuse is this is the only one that's far out of the way.
This is the only place you can
Everything
live without the
Everything else is pretty close together. It's just this one on the other side.
Well, you can't build anything in between. The emus will come for you. And you'll lose
It's just
another
a
war.
hell. It's just a hell desert in the middle. You'll die.
What is Australia? Anyway,
Uh,
there's a lovely
Dice
roadside
Bars.
motel. It's exactly like most
Motel.
motels. It's a little rundown because, that's what happens in city places.
Will we get the discount by going to the murder room?
How about you
She's
log
actually
in
asking
first?
this.
This lovely
you,
little
you
building,
specifically mentioned the murder room.
it's a U-shaped,
It's always one.
it's U-shaped accoutrements. As in, it's like a 3-floor, ground, first, second. In a U shape. It's very lovely and cozy. There's a pool in the center that's been filled with all kinds of miscellanea, but is also drained. It's exactly what a dingy roadside motel looks like. You have it in your mind's eye. You know it. Don't even try to
Yeah,
lie to
I've
me.
been to them.
I know exactly.
And next to it is like the guy who works here's little office. It is also like what 5 a.m. and you're still hungry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can go to a drive-through.
Caitlin has
I
the
thought packed lunches.
whiniest wine going on right now.
Caitlin, this is not a Hilton hotel. Is there even a Hilton hotel in Dansville?
Probably not.
How do people live here?
How do people live like this?
Houses, mostly.
Not having jobs mostly.
Anyway, you gotta check in. You gotta figure out how to get a house in here. Kids, it's not gonna happen out of its own.
Uh,
You
I
park
mean, I
your
guess I'll
car
sign
right
with
outside
you.
this lovely little place. There's plenty of space. A couple of the rooms seem to be occupied. Some of them even have lights burning. There's some extremely sketchy fellas sitting out by the pool. They are almost certainly keeping watch for something.
Probably nothing to worry about.
So what are you all up to?
Shuffling over to reception and asking for a room.
I'll go say hi to the guys. Sketchy guys.
All right, what are Amy Lee and good old Stacy up to?
I'm probably. How do I slurpy slurp someone's quintessence?
I'm not sure. I found the rules on how much someone contains, but I have no idea how that translates to anything else. Ain't that just great? I imagine that since it's a magical effect, you kind of just gotta be close to someone and give them a good old touchy touch and go.
Well, I'm gonna try to get some of that to give into my avatar and familiar.
Excellent. Well, I would like to point out one thing about quintessence is it's not okay. So the way that wheel works, in case you need to know, there's a dot. There's a dot on it, right?
Yeah.
You feel in paradox is going counterclockwise from that dot, and quintessence going clockwise. It doesn't really matter. I don't know if it matters. But you don't need quintessence to do magic. It does make it easier to do magic. When you do magic, you just roll your arate. Oh no, that's the nerd way of saying it. It's arate or arate, but it is not arate because then you sound like a giant goober, and the book specifically calls me out on it. It does because this book is excessively verbose. It has space for that. So if you want quintessence, bonus points or shoving it in your familiar to satisfy their want for it. What do you want to do? Like, how do you want to do that?
I mean, I want to go make some friends and try to figure out how to get them to make physical contact long enough for me to slurpity boop some of their energies.
So you're gonna go with Caitlin.
Yep, I can go with Caitlin.
Claire,
Some
what are
shady
you up
guy.
to?
Well, I said like I almost wanted to watch the Slurpity boops.
Like the old lady's going to the reception. Your two friends are going to some very sketchy looking guys.
Looks at the reception, almost falls asleep thinking about it. I mean, I guess I have to go with the sketchiness because I wouldn't. Why would I go to a reception actually?
All right, Prudence. All your friends decide to
Yes.
buzz off. Oh,
I'm sorry, Muriel.
the vitality of youth. They're making friends. That's what they're doing. The reception is exactly what you imagine a reception of this place to be. It smells of cigarettes. Everything looks a little dingy and has weird stains in odd places. There's a couch in one corner next to a plastic fern that for some reason has been watered. And the guy behind the desk, he's kind of chubby. He's got a 5 o'clock shadow. He looks like he doesn't want to be awake right now. Bags under his eyes. Ugh, poor man. Living the American dream.
Yeah.
Well, Prudence.
Hello, dearie. I was wondering if we could get a room for today. Just me and my three friends. We won't be too noisy or anything.
So this fella, he's got his feet up on the desk. You know exactly what kind of TV is up in the corner. It's one of those CRTs that's been mounted there since the 60s. Actually, probably later because of color and everything, but it's a TV from the 90s that's never been replaced. The
Yeah, one of
spots
those
on it.
really crappy looking, barely in color TVs.
Actually, since it's like 5 a.m., what would even be on TV? Like telemarketing?
Depending on the channel, old shows.
You know, let's just say that he's watching like one of those science history channel alien documentaries.
Mhm.
You know, there actually is like I don't know where it was. I think it was Discovery that aired it. There was a special about like, oh, we're gonna go to alien life, and they had these gas bag explorer vehicles or something, and it was kind of cute. Fucking based on nothing, but cute. I think it had like a living sea or something. Anyway, this fella is trying to watch his alien documentary about how the Statue of Liberty was totally made by aliens because humans can't manipulate metal like that in the 1800s.
My God.
Actually, was the 1800s? Probably.
Ancient aliens.
Ancient aliens in the 1800s manipulating American history. And then it probably starts talking about how the first president, George Washington, was actually a clone of himself or something stupid like that.
Sounds right.
Probably.
That the Washington Monument is just a spaceship that's been disguised as a
The point is, you can
Something.
actively hear this man's brain digesting away.
It's
And he gives you
sickening.
kind of a, what? And he looks over. Prudence, you can tell from his eyes, from like how he's constantly furrowing his brow. He's like, what the, was it an old lady? This creaky desk chair. Where, what was it? You and who many?
Me and my three associates are just looking for a room.
He looks you
They're
over
nice,
again.
nice young people.
You're not like kidnapped or something, right?
No, I
You know,
I
promise
can
okay,
see why
If I
you'd
was-
think so.
if
I
I
am
was
so
kidnapped,
glad-
I'll tell you.
I was so glad I didn't go with her then, because that would just make this so harder, much harder.
I mean, you could just say, I'm a child. I'm
Yeah.
just a little baby.
Lady, just blinking Morse code if that dirty thing is hurting you.
Blinking Morse code if the super rich is planning to sacrifice you ritualistically.
I mean, that's by default. We know that.
Yeah, that's just what they do.
That's just, if you play Call of Cthulhu, that's really all the rich people ever do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, he starts leafing through his little booklet, like flick, flick. They're all empty. As you sit around, Prudence, can you roll me? What would it be? It's probably perception alertness.
Okay.
Difficulty is 6. It's 5 d10s,
So-
thank you. See, that's how you roll some dice, baby.
That's how you numbers.
It's actually a really good roll. They're
Yeah.
all 5 and up.
Yeah, 10 and a 9.
No, that's 3 successes. So, Prudence, as you're sitting around and waiting, you don't have the best vision and everything in the world, but you do notice that there's like a sketchy looking fella, leather jacket, slicked back hair, standing in the windowsill outside, peering in. It's dark outside, so you can't really make him out too well, but you can see him in the shadow of the fluorescent tubes from inside. Actually, would this place have fluorescent tubes, or would it be like those dingy light bulbs? Ugh.
I go with
probably.
fluorescence. It has to be the most annoying possible.
Yeah, like old fluorescents that just kind of buzz slightly, one of them's probably blinking on and off.
They're blinking to the tune of Thriller. All right, let me see. I got you. I gotta. Well, lucky you. I got one more room left. Hope you don't mind the 3rd floor.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Lucky for us, there was one left.
He hands you a set of
Oh, no.
keys that are like, whoa, kind of grimy. Pretty sure you don't oil keys. And he makes you sign his little ledger and everything. Upfront payment, nothing you can't handle. Anyway,
Thank you very much, young man.
3 guys are outside, walking up to the sketchiest looking fellows around. They're of varied origin, shall we say, and each of them is wearing atop of their head a bandana of a bright red color.
Oh god, they're ninjas.
Oh god, the Bloods.
Are you ready for a ninja-style dancing dance-off?
Caitlin's
It's
always
time
ready
for a
to dance
ninja
off.
sex party.
Well, why are you approaching these several fine fellas who are hanging out by the pool? Definitely not giving you a lot of side eye when you're getting closer and closer until they start giving you straight eyes.
They're not even gay anymore.
Caitlin has like 2 things in mind: either look for something interesting to do in this town, or drugs. But she won't be.
Well, I
with
mean, we
that.
got these guys looking at us. Should we go say hi?
You approached them.
Four big guys.
I mean, Caitlin probably likes the big guys.
So an obscenely beautiful lady, an ugly as fuck rat person,
What the?
and some random ass kid walk up to several gang members.
This is a good plan.
Well,
This is essentially what you're walking along with. And this next to a gang girl, just really weird.
Well, it's like this.
It's always
Apparently.
like this.
okay, so you get close enough that that one of them, the tallest one, the one in the spikiest of the leather jackets, gives you a, hey,
Oi.
what you want?
Oh, just looking for friends. It's late, and we don't normally see people out. We had some business to take care of.
They snicker at each
we're
other.
passing through.
It's a little late to be making friends, huh? But we're in the mood for making very good friends.
Oh, and I'm just new in town and so unaware of what goes on around here. So I mean, like, I don't know what to do.
Oh, we got a little
Yeah,
party
we're just trying
place.
to learn local customs.
Well, we got a little party place you can hang out in and kill some of the time, maybe.
These rough and tumble looking dudes are gonna bring us to their local game store for some Yu-Gi-Oh.
They're gonna make you trade in your video games for $5.
God, we're going to a GameStop at 5 in the morning. This isn't a bad YouTube video.
There's a scratch on the top of the CD that won't impact performance. I'll give you $1.
Yeah.
Oh my
Also,
God.
we don't have the instruction booklet.
Imagine getting like held up like at knife point or whatever, but instead of like robbing you, they just like get your games and stuff and have you like trade them in at the GameStop so they can get store credit.
What the
Like the worst way to get robbed.
Anyway, what do you say to these fine gentlemen and their business offer to show you to a cool place?
I thought this was the plan, so let's go.
I mean,
This can only work out well.
Yeah.
They invite you over to.
Also,
Hmm?
what can my familiar do, real quick?
Let me check it out. I'm not 100%
Because
sure.
I have one. I want to know how that works.
Shh, I don't know what familiars do. I know they can suck up some of your bad juju, but I forgot what they can do outside of that. I don't know if they're like actually physical beings or if they're just like little spirit babies. You can give a little smooch. God damn it.
Well, I'm gonna give it a little smooch.
Okay, so you want to know something else about these fucking books that just annoys the crap out of me? Good luck finding anything in the PDF like chapter definition. Because it's like, okay, there's book 1, 2, and 3. Awaken, Believe, and Ascend. You gotta be in book 2, and you gotta be in chapter 6, which is mercifully called Creating a Character. But goddamn, man. Let's see. Familiar. Fame. Fortune. Listen. The art in these books is great. Look at this. Look at this lady. She's having such fun with her buddy. Yeah.
He's having a great time. They're both having a great time.
go have some fun.
Although the technocracy does not officially acknowledge this deviation from protocol in its ranks, oh, that's adorable. This thing has so much support for the technocracy. Let's see. Characteristic megafauna. What?
really big plants.
Yeah, I think it's a physical thing. Whatever form they takes has a mind and conscience of its own, with its own agendas and desires. You might assume, but never truly know. There's something vaguely alien about them, and not even the greatest mind-based arts can completely penetrate the thought process. Oh, here we go. Features. Feast of Nettles, Paradox Purification, with this impending backlash. Oh, that's cute. Empathy. The Rage and Paradox share an emotional bond. That's cute. They can sense each other, like in D&D. Familiars can give you some cool tips. Quintessence Phoenix. In return for those benefits, it requires a certain amount of quintessence per task or tasks per week. Well, what do you want it to do?
Oh, I was gonna have it just go and tell Grimy what's up. That we're gonna go meet some new friends and probably have sex.
Grimy.
Claire.
Claire's with you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell the old lady then,
You have the bird.
so she knows where we are.
I imagine most people think... What is your familiar, anyway?
I said a hawk.
Cool, because I wrote down on your sheet that it's something else, but sure.
Oh, let me go and double check on what the sheet said.
Your familiar is a long, glowing dragon, which everyone just thinks is a funny wiener dog.
That sounds
Orcs
cool.
are basically dragons.
I mean, it's up to you, really. I just filled in some details so you have something to work with. All right. Your little pet goes. So these fine fellows will show you to the second floor. They take you up into that lovely U-shaped structure. Well, one of them will guide you to it. The others follow closely behind. You know, make sure that you're safe from the cold. Shield you from the wind.
Of course.
We definitely don't have a room here.
I mean, you don't know that yet. The old lady
Oh,
hasn't
yeah.
come up with the keys yet. You're shown inside of a... So, I think only one of you is, like, really affected by this. The rest of you probably feel like that tinge of... Ugh. But the room they let you into is, what's the term again? A hot box? Like, it's filled with smoke.
Drugs.
So they've been like getting high as a mofo.
It's just bottles
there.
of beer floating in the air. That's how thick it is. It's exactly... So it's full of people. Well, there's a couple of people here, left and right. You know, people drugged up on all kinds of stuff. We're just letting out indecipherable groans of pleasure. By the way, as a vampire, if you suck someone who's high or drunk, while you normally don't get high or drunk drinking, if you suck it out of someone, you will get high and drunk.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah,
It is pretty awesome.
you can in fact get a second-hand high. It's one of the best ways to get one, anyway.
This is a hand and a half because you're actually getting it directly from them.
You
know
get a
what?
lot of those in the woods.
You're free to argue that. As he lets you in, he kind of looks you over one more time and says, "All right, so what are you in the market for? We got uppers, we got downers, we got sideways, we got 'em all. We got stuff that like to see ghosts."
Well, that's fine. I usually buy so I can introduce myself to people in better ways. So it's not specifically for me, but
Wait,
you know,
you give people drugs when you meet them?
not when I meet them, but when I want to like,
No.
Come across like
Grease
such a
and-
narc, man.
when I want to grease some wheels.
I see that we're at an impasse. Would you
That-
like some cocaine?
That's my Hey now, that's not my cocaine, officer. That's my bribery cocaine.
The
Oh,
emergency
I-
friend cocaine.
Anyone could be a friend with some pot.
If you drug him up enough.
Officer, I see that we're not getting anywhere. You stab him with a needle of heroin. Oh no, you touch him with that drug that makes them go into shock because they're that fucking paranoid about it. Ugh. That shit cracks me up. That they're so terrified of a drug that they go into a self-induced shock from touching it. Oh, let me look. I'm gonna look it up because I wanna share this factoid with the world. Cop, drug, touch, shock. There aren't any great masters. Thanks, YouTube, Google. I can't find it. Okay, it's just giving me electric shock. Faint. Overdose risk. I can't find. Oh, fentanyl. Found it.
Fentanyl, yeah.
Fentanyl. For some reason, a lot of police officers are strongly convinced that merely touching the stuff gives you an overdose or something. You know,
Yeah.
that's a drug you'd want to produce in any quantity because the second it gets on. But basically, they're so terrified that they literally go into shock over it.
Oh no, it's even funnier. See, fentanyl has had its reason what it does to you because police officers are liars. Twice this year, where fentanyl, if a little bit touches you, you're just like done. You fall over almost unable to like even be conscious or move. Or the newer one, fentanyl basically like turns you superhuman, and the cops have to wrestle you down and shoot you like way too many times.
I also I also love the idea of like they're like, oh no, they're developing a new super fentanyl. I'm like, why would you develop a drug that someone can just slap their hand into and get their high? Like you just get mugged. They'll just
Well,
steal,
that's just how like die almost.
and you also turn into a superhuman who can now
Yeah.
kill cops with greatest of ease. But only cops. You're completely harmless to everyone else. Point is, they're offering you a lot of drugs,
Yeah.
but
I
they want to
like-
know you're good for the money. So start flapping some bills.
I
I wait
mean,
for the bill flapper to flap bills.
bitch, I make it rain up in that room, just like. Bah, 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 bah.
So you pull out several hundred. You should pull out several Benjamins and just start flinging them around the room.
No, I don't actually do that. But actually, I do that.
Of course. Oh, this is just fucking great. This is just fucking great. You do know that the first rule of drug club is don't throw packets of money at people, please. It's rude.
Actually, it makes you look kind of like a cop. Actually, to tell you the truth.
Hello, fellow children.
Like, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
Bella,
I just listed my drug knowledge.
Earth, wind, and ice. The crystalline entity. Featuring FT Boy Slim.
Fat boy, I mistyped that one.
School of Hard Rocks. Be glad that your grandma isn't here. Prudence would probably be
She's
somewhat upset.
downstairs.
Prince is busy.
Anyway, they close the door behind you and they start, I don't know how drug deals work, but I imagine that Bellum does. Good old Caitlin with an 8
Yeah.
in her name.
Yeah.
In case she didn't read the sheet, she's insufferable even in that way.
No, I read.
No, I taught meant everyone else. I know you did, Bella.
But yeah,
So what drugs
Knowing
do you
that-
acquire? Like, what are you going for? You going for something hallucinatory? Going for a high? Going for something that just mellows you out?
I'm going for that high because I'm in the cult of ecstasy. I could be as high as I fucking want.
and
Heights
knowing
don't have
that
a thing on me.
All
knowing that it doesn't affect me, I imbibe as well.
Mostly
but-
doesn't affect you.
Yeah,
Like, you're not immune to the chemical effects if there's enough of it. It's just that it kind of depends on your humanity, too. Like, there's a lot of weird rules.
yeah. So I'll take a bit, but I'm keeping an eye out on like everyone there. Just if anyone like leaves for any reason, I might dip.
Okay. So you're waiting around with these fine, drugged up people.
you're
You handle your business with a fella who's got like little itty bitty glasses, who's obviously their money counting man.
Mm.
Normal people would probably notice the amount of drugs you've just acquired, but you're just like, this is like a normal amount. Like you have a whole cup full of cocaine.
like a
A
Dixie cup.
gallon of ecstasy.
No, it's
He doesn't-
it's a goblet of cocaine.
Oh god, I just imagine like Bella's character with like a little pink spaghetti strap purse pulling out one of those like collapsible cups and just saying, "All right, fill it up."
I'd like one cup full, please.
Here it is.
Rats and mice knows the difference. Dude, I don't see my bros in 2 hours. I'm gonna be kind bummed out. If I see another man in mouse, I will slit him open from mouth to anus and what the fuck? What is that, Claire? What is that real?
That's real. That's how rats operate, and that's how mice operate.
Mice,
Rats
fishes,
are just little
little fellas.
rats are just little baby dudes who actually love hanging out with people. and your bros, and they love you. And they'll get really sad if they don't have their bros. Mice, is that another male mouse? Yeah, man, what's up? And you'll watch the most
Take out a
like
switchblade.
sadistic effed up animal kill. Yeah, just it's horrifying.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, buddy. I mean, rats live like a year, but they're such charming little buddies. Aw, I can't stand how sad he looks. Please.
Give his little boys.
Ratatouille.
But this is wild to watch a Valley girl just like buying lots of drugs. I will admit.
All right, so ecstasy boy, lady, girl, person.
Yeah.
It seems that it's Caitlin's treat. You can get whatever drug you like. How high do
Yeah,
you
I'm
get?
still listening to my dialogue.
Speed 2 cruise control. You're going to get evicted for saying too many silly names. Burma white, Burma shave, a cup of icing sugar.
Honestly, you sound like the person who should not get the drugs. like
I have
like
I
you're
haven't
gonna-
read the section about what happens to mages on drugs, but I imagine it ain't great.
I'm assuming that the mage is
I'm
gonna
probably
wake
just
up in the middle of
modifying
a
my
field.
body because I can apparently do that to mitigate the effect. But I'm also the cult of ecstasy. It's fun.
You cosmetic changes. You can't like grow a whole new limb, but
It said I could. It said something about extra limbs.
oh
Just
well.
get a mustache.
Anyway,
Mhm.
so you're hyped up on cocaine. Was that it? Is that what we're going with?
No, I'm going with the ecstasy.
You know what? You might as well live up to it. Claire, what are you doing? You gonna take something that helps
Wow,
you figure out
God.
how fugly you are?
What the? Holy shit!
I'm talking about your character, Claire, not about you.
I know, but man, you're really mean to my character. I'm actually starting to. I'm not picturing her as a gangler. I'm picturing her as like an actual rat, like this in pain rat. Yeah, like look, like I'll start some cocaine. I'm here to party.
I love the fact that because your body doesn't digest anything, there'll just be like specks of white in your lungs for a while.
Yeah,
It'll be
it's
really
gonna.
irritating, probably.
It's the best
Vampires
I
even
got.
get boogers because if they don't produce mucus, then their lungs are dry.
Oh god, that'd be just even
Okay,
more
see,
irritating.
okay, see, that's where we start to get into the whole logistical problems of like saying that your character just doesn't breathe or produce sweat or other things.
Well, anyway, I mean, we already run into a problem with the fact that vampires mostly just drink blood. Like, then we have to ask the question, okay, how are you regenerating something that contains nutrients not found in blood? You need a lot of calcium for those bones.
Look,
We're also talking
We're-
about a
we're-
setting, by the way, where people can become heavier than they are just by becoming a wolf. So
It's magic. Don't worry about it.
don't
oh
worry
yeah, it's the power
about
of Christ.
it. So Claire is taking some hot, spicy cocaine.
Oh yeah, it's
So what happens
Also,
to you?
ecstasy tends to get people close, so I can drain energy off people.
So you watch your magic friend drape themselves over someone else, and
Yeah, it's like that whole thing where you like run your fingers on their
Well-
cheeks while you like pull energy out.
well, since you're sucking quintessence out of people, how about you roll me an Ariate roll?
Okay, let's go and get that.
6. You're a very good wizard, and everyone hates you for it
60, 10, going.
because, like, for most people, this is like years of training, and you're just getting it all for free.
At least 3 successes.
Excellent. And so you suck out about 3 quintessence, and then the ecstasy makes it a little hard to focus. And even the people who aren't taking drugs watch your face kind of shift, and like little electrical crackles come off of you because you're kind of losing control of your powers. It looks cool though, I guess.
Hey, they're all on drugs. They don't know what the fuck's happening.
Emily,
there's
you're
Oh,
feeling that cocaine rush.
yeah, I'm that picture I posted, like feeling the.
Arched back in. I don't mean to hurt you,
Grandma.
Claire. Sorry. Your
I'm
time
right
will
now.
come. Emily, you're what happens to you now that you've taken the boost, the China White?
Island whites.
I party.
The Japan Whites, the
yeah, I
Vietnam
party.
Whites. It's just Asian countries in white.
I'll admit though, this isn't as fun as a party because everyone's not naked dancing in the woods and screaming about how vampires suck. But
So your mage friend is on the bed, and you're probably snorting with someone else, and he's like, "Oh man, you're taking a lot," because you need a little extra to get going.
yeah, yeah, I have like a big nose or something, big nasal cavities,
We
big
probably do.
cocaine.
Do you want to like run circles around the building?
Yeah,
Dude, that sounds so great.
that sounds sick. I love running in circles. By the way, she actually says that with no shame, no anything.
Almost
Just says
self-awareness.
I like legit. At this point, you look at her and you do see the like actual rat energy.
What the fuck is this? This is a little like boost of like rat sees light.
Yeah, this is my character now. You-
Cocaine.
Fuck.
Totally annihilated Claire today.
Okay, well, Claire will be running around outside a building for a while.
Yeah.
Bella, what are you
with-
getting up
with-
to? Or are you just
with
gonna
my new drug friend who
Are-
gets tired, passes out.
spot with Zyla?
I assume since we're basically all crowded in one hotel room, that bathroom's gonna be packed. So someone's gonna have to leave to take a piss.
People are fucking in there.
Listen, there's probably someone
Yeah.
either in the tub or fucking in the tub.
Yeah, we're on drugs. That's gonna happen.
So I'm gonna follow anyone who leaves, take a piss, and I'm just gonna, make sure I got blood points.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep this nice and simple.
Yeah.
You can roll me. You can roll me some empathy and manipulation. As the next person who walks outside, you just kind of throw your arm around them, take them for a little spin, and get yourself a drink.
Okay, that's 3 and 3, 6. D10.
Yes. It's
Oh
gonna
wait, here's Bella right now.
Damn it! I don't even know what 3s are. Are they success or no?
No, you needed 6s and ups. That's actually a very impressively poor roll. It's also impressive that you rolled 4 3s.
It is.
That's a 10% chance each, by the way. Unfortunately, it seems that nobody is leaving within the time frame before you hit torpor from sleep. So you're gonna have to sort out some blood business later.
No, God.
I mean, to be fair, it is late at night. Everyone's probably already like empty bladdered and everything. Let's go back to the old lady. Old lady.
She's on an adventure.
Good old Prudence. You've just signed yourself
on-
up for a room, and your friends are nowhere to be seen when you're outside in the cold.
Yeah, do you
Oh,
know how to
no.
use cell phone?
I mean, all that you know is that one of the hawks came by and was like, "Yeah, they're going for drugs or something."
Yeah, they're getting wasted.
Hey,
Oh,
she
young
she
people.
probably sees me running around circles.
Yeah, probably. Like flashing in and out of the streetlights around the building. Wow.
Well,
Zesty. However, Prudence, I did mention a guy was standing out by the window. In case you forgot.
was there anything I could gauge from the guy just by looking at him without like talking?
You
to
know
him?
what? You know what? That sounds like a wits empathy check. We're going to presume you haven't left yet because you're giving him a once over.
Wits plus empathy. What is? So perception and
Wits and
empathy's
empathy.
5.
Your empathy is 2 and your wits are 4. And also, you have wits. You have something special that I should mention. You have something is up. That means this is a specialty roll for you.
Wow.
What that means is that every 10 counts as double instead of 1.5.
Okay.
If you're using the roll system, just click specialty. It should automatically count for that.
Well, I don't have access to that. So.
Man, that doesn't.
Wow.
Oh God, that's a botch.
Yeah, that's not good.
Unfortunately, all I can tell you is that you can't get a B.
Wow.
I could lie to you, but we both know that doesn't work. So
3 1 3 5.
I mean, technically, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You have people who play D&D, who play like the video game, who get angry and have all these weird discussions, and then you have people who are cool, who are like, yeah, my character is different from myself, and I'll ham it up. I'll tell you this: you can't get a beat on him. He just, maybe you're just paranoid. I mean, you just got told by a little hawk friend that your friends are going off with someone else, and it's probably those dudes that you saw standing in the yard, so it's probably fine.
Mm,
I'm
Yeah,
on
that's-
drugs.
By the way, you
There's
should.
3 of them. I'm sure one of them will have a good head on their shoulders, probably.
Besides the fact that you
I-
should probably go to bed anyway. It's getting late, isn't it?
Yeah,
6
it's
a.m.
well past my bedtime. So I'm just gonna not interact with this strange man. Go back to the car, put a little note on the windshield for when they come back,
my
and let them
God.
know what room we're in.
Oh my fucking god! I can't stand how good you're at this.
Put a little grandma candy with a note, and then start
There's only
taking
one proper
everyone's
candy.
bags
It's
to the room.
the candy is that strawberry candy with no name on it.
Yeah,
And it doesn't even taste like strawberries. Hell yeah.
I've always got a pocket full of them.
Don't even know where you get these fucking things.
That actually might make me run back.
Smell,
you're still
smell
running.
it from there. Just, ooh, grandma candy.
You stand out by the car under the flickering lights. You hear a click, clack behind you. The man in his leather jacket wears dress shoes and straight slacks. You suddenly become aware of the fact that he has an interesting tattoo on his neck. And more importantly, there's something shiny in his hand. He doesn't say a thing as he stands behind you. Whatever you pay attention to him is up to you. But it is cold and it is dark. And you don't see your friends.
Grandma,
I'd
no.
say probably seeing him out of the corner of my eye and go, "Can I help you, dearie?" With a hand on the handle of my cane.
I should remind you of something that is obvious about your character that anyone in this world can easily tell, which is that you are not Caucasian.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have to tell you what his tattoo is.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh God, we're in upper state New York.
Oh wait, we are in Ohio. Well, no, we're not in Ohio anymore.
We're in upper state New York. That's
You're in the
even
middle.
worse.
You're in the middle of farmlands, baby. You're in a red county. I mean, I could give him a red hat, but that feels a little on the nose, ain't it?
Just give him the boots with the light laces.
He just gives a little snort as he gets in closer.
Snort of cocaine.
He seems tense.
Well,
You can tell that he's breathing very stiffly, and he's unsure how to handle this, but he's pushing himself to do it.
sir, I promise you, I'm not the easy target that you're looking for.
Oh god! Oh gosh! You're gonna pull that out of him, huh?
This is a bad idea, dearie.
Just a very gentle expression and a little smile on my face. Just, yes. Maybe try this on someone else.
You know, I love that.
Holy crap.
Give me a moment. I gotta do something.
Oh,
Quick thing. All right. He stumbles
Oh,
over
okay.
his words. He has difficulties expressing himself. Although, to be fair, I know that everyone likes to pretend that this shit is easy and all of them are like everyone that would do something like this is a hardened criminal, but you know, you gotta start somewhere. There's an old saying:
Yeah.
the first person you kill, you either sleep like a baby or you never sleep again. And he's got that rolling in his head. You can see it in those eyes, the slow sweat drops glistening in the sparking light overhead. He tries to say something, you know, like catchphrases, canned things, very stiff expressions, but even that he can't manage. You still see, and this is like the part where this becomes that dissonant reality that'll haunt you forever is you still see fucking Amy Lee like running laps around the building with this man without his shirt on.
So
So Claire, what you got?
so what do I roll here?
Oh my God, Claire, I literally typed it out for you.
Yeah, but like, what dice do I roll? So it's I
60,
have 3
10.
points. 60-10. Okay. Been a very long time since I played this. I was like little baby Claire.
Oh my God, I can't believe you're
That
that
did
fucking
not-
stupid.
Why did it not do? Oh God, it didn't.
You rolled 1d10 plus 6, Claire.
You had to tap the D10 6 times.
Right.
That's what we're looking for. Oh God, that's actually pretty great.
I'm-
I'm-
Hey Claire.
Because Safi told me to do it.
Hey Claire. Hey Emily. You're hyped
yeah.
up on cocaine. Everything is sharp and crisp.
Oh yeah, I can like see it in like HD television.
You know, you're honestly kind of hungry. You know, you
I
haven't had a
really
good
am.
person blood in a while.
Yeah.
You are not known for your
This
self-control.
Sunday is very good, though.
You know what you see in the corner of your eye?
What?
You see a dude harassing an old lady.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. I don't know who that old bitch
This
is.
guy
but
you've
I'm
been
gonna-
running with has been like talking extensively about like, man, you know what I would love to do? I would love to like jump off a building right on top of a pile of people and see what happens.
Oh, you know what, man? Do it. Anyway, I gotta go.
And he's like, oh yeah, I'm not late. And he follows behind you. What are you doing, Amy Lee?
I
Hey,
see.
Prudence, this guy is getting real close, and you can tell that like something in his head is like the coin is dropped as he gets in. So if we were in person, I could probably like show you what he does. He moves towards you. His left arm is like out so that he can grab you, and the other one is ready so that he can stab you, so that he can kind of lock you in. And then you hear the footsteps coming closer of someone else. Amy Lee, what the fuck do you do? And also, lady, what do you fucking do? Because it's gonna go fast.
I mean, well, I had my hand on my cane and I was about to get the sword out of it.
Well,
So-
well, I mean, I can see what he's doing as high as him because everything's like in HD television. Like I said, I can in the future.
Oh God.
I'm go. I'm lunging for him too, baby.
So you're gonna murder him? What are you doing? Tell me.
I'm a grab. I'm a grasp him.
You're just gonna grapple him?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I might
Give me
find
some
him.
murder on the first night. I've got a bloodlust you can't say. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be a bit rude about this. You are a little peckish. So can you roll me your willpower roll? Just take your willpower in dots as d10s and roll them.
Oh, dang! I'm a gangrel. I'm hungry.
You
Oh,
are
no,
also
sorry.
hyped up on cocaine. Like normally
I'm
you wouldn't
like-
roll for this, but you're fucking high on
like-
cocaine, dude.
Yeah, I might like this. Like I see a taco right there. 1 second.
This is to see like how
Where's-
visceral you're gonna be on this fine gentleman.
Awesome. I'm getting. Where the f is my willpower on the sheet?
It's at
It's,
the bottom of the first
Oh,
page.
okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 6 and like so 60 tens or
Yes, 60 tens. It's always d10s.
Okay. Plus anything or just,
Nope.
Okay. Wow, that's a.
Those are no successes. So let's go ham, baby.
Well,
No nuts go
it-
crazy.
Yeah, look. It looks like I was gonna, grab him and help out old lady. It looked like that.
Okay. So can you roll me Dex plus Brawl as you lunge onto his back and just grab him? Or if
Okay,
you want
3.
to, you can also go for the knife. In that case, it's Dex plus melee. And I think you have a specialty in knives because you skin animals and stuff.
All the time, yeah. Animals, yeah.
So it's up to you. But you're like, fuck, man. Some nights you just want to kill a fucker.
Same, honestly. Where is my melee? I'm like, okay, I'm doing melee because I have way more than that.
Okay, so that
Is
should be
it-
7 dice. You have specialty, so 10s or doubles.
Okay, so 7 to 8 tens.
So, Granny, you're taking out your cane. You're taking out
Yeah.
your sword slowly. Oh my god, that's actually pretty good. So that is okay, -2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, -2, 4. Oh god, that's painful.
FY the whole she's going to help you, Prudence. You see the look in their eyes. It changes from helping to hungry animal.
Okay, Claire,
Yeah.
take your strength score, add 1. That's the damage. Then add 4. So that should be about 9.
9.
Roll
Yeah,
90
9.
10. Every 6 and up is a damage point you deal to this man.
Ooh.
I would like to point out.
All be tens.
I would like to point out that most people fucking die at like 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh dear God! In a single well-placed stroke, you maul this man. So Prudence, you see him come closer. He's gonna make a move, and then you watch a shadow blot out of nowhere, and this guy crumples to the ground almost instantly. You know what, Claire? You can tell me how many holes are in his back by the time that like a combat round would have passed.
Enough.
There's a bunch, one for each fingy.
One for each thingy. And Prudence, you suddenly remember why. For every moment that you feel comfortable around monsters, there's a difference. You know, you can bake them cookies. You can have a nice chat with them. But Jesus Christ, they're funky when they're on cocaine.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's the high I needed, motherfucker.
You're gonna take a look.
It's certainly not the first time Prudence has seen something like this happen, but it's never easy.
Well, Claire, you gonna take a bite out of this man, or what?
I mean, I assume that like a lot there's just a big amount all over me that I'm like just.
You know what? Give yourself a blood point. You
Ugh.
scattered this man over the ground.
Just a, thank you, dear, and then I go back to taking all the bags to the.
The guy in
To
the
the
background who
motel room.
followed Amy Lee is like, "Oh man, yeah."
I know, right? By the way, there's probably a moment where like she goes in and out of being aware of everything, but yeah, no, it's like it's all the high.
He's like, "Hey, you want to go bury a body?"
You know what, buddy? She's like covered in blood, puts her hand on her shoulder. Yeah, you know what? You come with me. Don't tell anyone else.
I would also like to point out that the 3 guys who are like waiting out by the pool are not giving a shit about what's happening here.
They've seen people on drugs. They know what's up.
You don't fuck with the person who just stabbed a man 50 times in 6 seconds.
Yeah, like
Bes-
they probably think Claire's on bath salts.
Besides, they probably know who he is.
And
Yeah.
you probably know the shitty racist guy.
The shitty racist guy
No, yeah,
doesn't
no,
buy
it-
drugs. The shitty racist guy doesn't buy drugs. He can go fuck himself.
Actually, crappy racist guys are usually hardcore cheapskates anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this guy tries to fucking haggle me on my cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a living here, buddy.
I'm gonna go.
What was
take
this about?
care of this for my new buddy.
Okay. What is this about supporting local businesses?
Yeah, support this.
The local drug business, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, I love the fact that you're like old lady sword cane. I'm not the easy target you think I am. Little-
This is a mistake,
mean-
dearie.
My combat stats are dog shit, but you know.
it
There-
doesn't matter. It's cool as hell.
There are some things that actually would give Dizzy a weird advantage in this fight. It would be very strange.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that, you know, a sword gives her some reach. So,
Yeah. Sword beats knife.
it does. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, dagger against a sword, you know, could use your speed. It's like, no, man. A dagger can't stop a
That-
sword.
Yeah.
If you don't get there first, you get there never.
There's also the part of, like, leverage, which is, a dagger is, like, crappy, like, coverage and leverage. Point is,
There's-
Now, the main
there's
thing
no
though is also
defense.
swing arcs because, like, with a sword, if you get too close to a sword, you actually negate your ability to really use it.
no offense, Sonny, but mine's bigger than yours.
Like it's up and down on sword versus dagger. Like
Um,
if they get to you first, you're pretty much fucked.
There's also
I'm mad I can't find a scene I'm looking
there's
for.
also the
Oh wait, I
part that
found
she
it.
technically has like a sheath, so she has a block on top of an attack. So.
Yeah.
Gosh, combat is very complicated when you get to it. I mean, swords are crappy weapons when you really get down to it. Spear is where it's at, baby. You get
Well, actually, it depends. Swords on an individualist level without armor are
they're fine.
quite efficient.
Yeah.
Except for the actual making of a sword is one of the most annoying things.
Anyway,
in
old lady,
weapons
you can
ever.
go to your room,
Yeah.
lock up, get all the bags taken care of. I don't know why you're taking the bags out. They gotta go back in the morning, but that's old lady stuff for you.
Yeah. Don't want them to get stolen.
All right. It's it's morning soon enough, but it's not quite morning for everyone yet. Claire, what the fuck
Yeah.
happened? Like, where do you wake up? Like, where are you when you go to sleep? Is the question I want an answer to?
I wake up in the woods, sleeping on a freshly dug grave with 2 people in it.
I would like to remind you, you cannot sleep under direct sunlight. So sleeping in the middle of a random woods without good coverage is a terrible idea.
I'm under some leaves.
It's just,
What do you think? I'm stupid? Even high, I know what to do.
I actually I love the idea of like you told this guy like, hey, bury me too.
I was oh
I
yeah
can't
yeah
live without him.
oh yeah well you know what, I don't kill him. He's a good guy even on drugs. I just tell him, hey, it'd be really awesome if you just bury me alive. I'm like, all right. And
Fucking great.
I don't know where he is, but he was great. He saw me just kill a Nazi, didn't give an F. He thought it was awesome.
He thinks you're awesome. So you'll have to find your way back in the morning. Okay,
Whew.
the first person to wake up is probably Stacy because Stacy was high on drugs and just had a good night's sleep.
I'm used to this.
Stacy, when you wake up, I imagine that you're covered in like miscellaneous matter you've been manipulating.
Probably.
You have to
Scene.
take some time using your life magic to rub your cheeks back into place. Rub out those electrical scars you've probably given yourself. Ugh. So, it's you got like an hour before it's sundown and your vampire friends wake up. So unless you want to haul them into the car, you've got some time to kill.
Well, I'm gonna go get fucking shit. Where's our room?
You don't know. You never got that memo.
Yeah, it was a cute little note with the grandma candy. Duh.
I guess semi-familiar. I'm busy.
She's like hungover.
1 sec.
Okay, this.
Pretty sure Caitlyn made her way to the actual room because he didn't actually get as high as the other 2.
Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't really get as high.
I
as
was
I
on
wanted to.
ecstasy. You don't actually get that high.
Just feels good, man.
Hey, you just had lots and lots of irresponsible sex.
Oh yeah, totally.
Please. I do not need to know how many cum points you've spent that night.
How many cum points?
God damn it, I hate that I said that. And it's in
That's
Cummingsville,
technical
too.
I
know.
love that you said that. I'm proud of you.
You know what, Claire? Consider it retribution for me having such a slight at your character.
Hey, I got what I wanted. I killed and ate a man.
I mean, so you're just gonna get yourself, well, what are you gonna do, lady? Stacy?
Go get breakfast.
Go and get breakfast. You stumble outside. What's next to this place? What is next to this place, huh?
Let's see. Okay.
It's like 5 to 6ish. So anything should be open. Is it a nice local grill? An Arby's? Is it a Waffle House? That would explain the Nazi.
I'm going to a Waffle House. I mean, I gotta get into a fight sometime.
You got it to a get a fuck. God dang it.
Look, it's the night after. I just got wasted. I'm going to a Waffle House. This just feels right. This is what you do.
You stumble your ass over to the Waffle House.
Yeah, this is the most accurate in American.
The
thing
Waffle House
possible.
is about what you expect a Waffle House to be. It looks like a Waffle House. It smells like a Waffle House. The interior is like, You know, you could spend $2 and this place would look infinitely better than it currently does. For $2.
Smells like not being paid enough.
Get
I don't
one
know
of
what they
those little
serve at a Waffle House. I
car air
imagine
fresheners.
I imagine there's waffle on the menu somewhere.
And house.
Greasy.
You've left me quite discheesed.
God damn it, Claire.
You know what, Claire? I take back what I said.
I unapologize.
Apology consumed.
Multi-consumed.
Hanging around the Waffle House are, of course, the usual lively folk. I don't know if you can like detect things like supernatural stuff. I know a bunch of. I know that. I think Dizzy can. I know she might have like
Maybe
that.
my familiar
Probably.
could.
Your familiar probably could.
Yeah,
This-
I have
this-
a thing.
This fucking thing that
detects
sits on your
supernatural.
shoulder the whole time. There are a lot of people at Waffle House this late at night. They're all off shift, getting their meals, begrudgingly accepting that this is the food they have to deal with. It's not really food, though, is it?
It's kind of food. It's just grease.
Welcome to.
It looks
welcome
like
to
food.
Denny's.
So, what are you gonna order as you stand in line and look up at the menu?
Oh, you don't stand in line. You actually get a seat there.
Oh my fucking god! Thank you. I'm learning something every day.
Yeah, I've been to
Yay.
Waffle House once when I visited Claire. It was a harrowing experience.
What was harrowing about visiting a restaurant?
Restaurant's a strong word.
Okay, please fill me in because you've got my curiosity at this point.
Okay, so it was like 1:30 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
There were a couple of people who were probably too young to be there, and one guy who looked like a felon. There was some guy very animatedly talking to himself sitting behind us. I'm pretty sure that was just the drugs. That was where the drugs are.
Cool. As you take a little seat, you sit next to some people who are having some lively gossip, including mentioning that someone's gone missing, or at least they think they have, and the other guy's like, "Listen, I told you. Like it's nothing but trouble. Probably fled upstate somewhere." And the other guy's like, "Oh man, they're gonna close down the tractor supply one. Where am I supposed to get my tractors now? Such a shame." There's probably a cop sitting in the corner somewhere with his buddies, waiting for
Always
someone to
cop
start a
there.
crime so they can get an easy ticket.
I'll give you like, I want hash browns and hash browns
Wait, what?
and some more hash browns, like 3 waffles.
I want enough hash browns to stuff every waffle.
You ever heard of the Grand Slam at Denny's? I want you to like do that, but fuck me up with hash browns.
What is happening? I don't know what any of
Hash
this
browns.
means.
You should know what all these words are.
Help! Help!
I feel like Grand
Adult.
Slam's the only one that might be a mystery.
You were offered what's the term again? Prodigious amount of hash browns?
Preposterous.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that one. You just get a pizza plate that's full of hash browns, and like a normal plate with 3 waffles on it. They offer you probably offers like syrup and stuff, but the bottle is like glued over because the syrup congealed at the entrance.
Wow, this is sounding very accurate.
Man, it's almost like I've been there myself. You start to notice that the table you're at has all kinds of things carved in. The seat next to you has like the stuffing ripped open.
Amy
hey.
Lee was here.
But hey, the hash browns sure taste like reconstituted potato starch. Actually,
And sunflower oil.
ugh.
So I'm surprised you didn't get the smiley face pancakes.
Eventually an old lady walks in, I imagine. You probably left a note for her on the car, right? You're nice like that.
Probably.
God damn it. Old lady, also known as Prudence. You wake up, you feel fine. I mean, it looks like a dingy motel, but the beds are nice. Because they're as old as you are.
I've slept in worse.
The whole room is about what usual motel are. 2 large queen-sized beds, so 4 people can sleep here if they were absolutely cheapskates. The bathroom is fine. The water is warm, but you can see why. You can see why Caitlin was being so fussy about it. It not being a Hilton. I don't know if you've ever slept at a Hilton. At a fancy
They're
upstate,
okay.
a fancy like.
Probably.
No, I don't mean like as real life. I mean like has Prudence ever slept in a Hilton? Like, is she familiar with what an high scale upscale hotel is like?
Probably once or twice.
Oh my.
Many years ago.
Many years ago. Back. Oh.
Back when you
Ooh.
could buy a room for $1.
God damn it. Room for $1.
Motel 6 is called that because they used to be $6 a night.
Wow. That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
As you walk
Facts
out,
that are fun.
as you walk outside, I imagine that it's sundown by this point. Which means every vampire, please write off one of your blood points as you rise from torpor.
I'm gonna look over at Prudence and be like, "Hey, Prudence, you want anything? Because I don't know if I got any extras here."
I'll order my own. Order just the most continental breakfast.
Oh
Just, you know,
God.
the most standard grandma breakfast you can think of. Bacon and eggs.
You're at a
toast.
goddamn breakfast place. They serve it to old lady people all dang time. It's like
They
the
probably
same
saw
thing.
me coming and know what they were going to prepare anyway.
The cook saw you and just immediately started making that exact meal.
Yeah.
They just know.
Why is it called a continental breakfast anyway?
Because the British call that because it's the standard French breakfast.
This word has traveled a long way to get here.
Mhm.
Ah,
I think we call it an English breakfast.
Caitlin, where do you wake up and how do you feel?
For sure, I wake up in a motel room. I'm not sure if it was the one we were partying in or just one that someone else had. But,
I'm-
I woke up there.
I'd say that it was the last person you thought you had a chance of taking a bite out of, but he was like, I
Mm.
gotta go tonight, so he immediately started packing up and leaving, so you never really got the chance.
Yeah. Uh,
This is not
I
your
went
element.
bloodless. Yeah.
Claire,
But I do wake up immaculate. I will say that.
Marvelous.
Just
Of course you do.
Amy Lee, when you wake up, gosh, I forgot. Whenever your frenzy produces animal features, which I imagine happened last night. So he did in fact look like a rat for a little. But now you wake up where? And how do you feel? After your cocaine high is worn off.
You know, honestly, after the cocaine high and killing someone, I feel really damn good for someone who sleeps in the dirt.
Man, this dirt sure is comfy.
Oh, I gotta wash off though because in my high, I clearly forgot to do something.
What was that?
I didn't wash any of that off. Well, anything I didn't lick off.
I mean, yeah, there's probably
Sounds
like a
like-
few splatters on your clothes where you hugged him.
it's muddy blood. Or bloody mud.
Oh, well, I mean, you work with animals, so technically speaking, you probably would have other splatters elsewhere.
Oh
Or-
yeah, definitely.
Or like a shirt
It's
you
a
wear for
whole
those
rain-
situations.
A whole rainbow of splatters.
Well, all of you meet up at the Waffle House, now
Oh,
containing more
yeah.
vampires than people.
Isn't that always the Waffle House?
I
It
mean, I
sounds
think
like
it's an
just the
even
Waffle
split.
House.
The Waffle House is the place where ghosts, vampires, werewolves, and everyone else, including mages and zombies and mummies, meet to have a big old
And
brawl.
old ladies.
It's Battle Royale, baby. Gee, this is why I
General
go.
rules indicate you can't bring weapons with you, though.
God,
Yeah,
listen.
You had to find them there.
It's Battle Royale for you. No weapons on the plane. Only when you've dropped. Well, you're all sitting nice at a Waffle House. Let's take a look at what your day planner is going to look like for next time. Oh, there we go. You're currently at Dansville. You should be able to make it there on one big trip. But they got to figure out what the fuck you're even doing in Manhattan anyway. That shouldn't be too hard. You should just be able to find the local, what is it called again? Elysium? That might help. Or see if you can get into contact with the local wolves. Ask them some questions.
Yeah. Questions including, what the hell, man?
Why are we taking this massive detour? We just want to go to Beaver.
You don't get beaver here. That's a different state.
Well, as you're sitting around planning this out, we're going to call here for today. But let's leave it on a cliffhanger. As you pack your stuff up, you're back at the motel. You've had your continental breakfast.
Yeah.
And the vampires, they either pretended to eat something or they didn't order anything. What did you do, Bella and Claire?
Oh, I don't have to donate something. I can eat hash browns, like the mage's hash browns.
Can I also have an inordinate amount of hash browns?
Yeah, because you tried to go for mine, and well, you did the murdering, but I'm about to.
Yeah, you start trying to pull the plate away, and she starts growling at
You
you.
don't want to fuck with a wizard. You really don't. Because I'm pretty sure they can actually like grab things and shoot them like bullets.
I
Yeah,
have
they
a
can,
lot of
actually.
powers.
Yeah, the mages and masquerade are actually not an effing joke.
They're bullshit. Like I love that their idea of like how do we balance magic, and the answer was we don't. We just make wizards blow themselves up.
Here's what, in my memory of this game and stories of this game, this is what I learned. Your normal vampire cuck with a katana, whatever, everyone's gonna notice him. Nobody cares. If you see a human walking towards you with a katana in this game, you need to get the actually hell out of there.
That's why that picture. That's why that picture with the guys with the swords.
Yeah, the two guys with swords.
Because Christ Almighty, you do not want to deal with like a sword mage or worse, like someone who's representing the church holding a katana.
I mean, you're probably gonna run to someone from the church because I'm running a VTM for you for the first time.
True, I can't remember what they're called.
The Society of Leopold.
Yeah, just Jesus Christ.
God, that name is not intimidating.
I know it's such a wet towel.
So what's your name? Leopold.
I'm a
Oh, so what do
society.
you stab?
Society is also like the least threatening term you can use for it.
Yeah, like Justice Society. I mean, come on.
I think you run into it like a single agent from as part of a story thing in Masquerade, and he has like a katana that like instant stops regeneration.
I personally love the name Justice Cabal because it sounds so contradictory.
Yeah.
The good guy team.
Caitlin, what did you do at the Waffle House? Did you order anything?
I tried to like order something that looks like presentable.
You're at a Waffle
That's
House.
impossible. You're in a
I
Waffle House.
know.
No, you've never been there, Bella, but that's not possible.
Just get like an
Kate
ice cream
can
sundae and
I-
try to
I-
sculpt it.
Yeah, she basically has to do some work to make her food presentable so she can like take pictures of it.
I mean, funnily enough, I think
No. What you do is you take the pictures and you're like, I survived Waffle House. That's what you do. That is actually what I sent out the first time I went to one.
no, you take a picture and you're like, I'm so brave. I'm at Waffle.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag
blessed.
power.
Me?
Also,
One like it, this
everything's
one prayer.
geolocated, so like like Waffle House and Cummington's or whatever it was, Cummingsville.
If I knew what geolocating was, I'd be upset probably.
It's Cumminsville. It doesn't have a G in it, but
Yeah.
it's close enough.
Yeah.
It's close enough for the memes. Look at me eating the white cream at Waffle House in Cumminsville. Badum. You're
I
back.
don't really eat it. I like eat half of it and just
You're back on the road on the 390. I don't know how you say highway names. Would it be the 390 or
390.
yeah 390.
just learning? Just a little man learning little things. Oh heck, this freeway splits up in two.
Wow.
Why's that?
Wow.
It's probably uneven
So you
land.
can go two directions.
No, I mean it's like the two directions have like different road segments instead of being one big road. Maybe that's just a Dutch thing. Actually, now that I think about it, you do yeah. At some point during your lovely little trip, as our cliffhanger for the day, backpacking besides the road is well, it's like a lizard man. Like they have a really weird head, and they have a tail, and they're walking besides the road, out in public, with seemingly not a care in the world, strumming a guitar.
He
What
seems
the
nice.
fuck?
So we'll leave that for next time.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll probably run into the Society of Leopold. We'll see. I've got some fun random encounters here set up. Who knows which one will
Wowee.
get you? But first, time to stuff one more person in that car. If you let him in, at least. You're free to just let him keep walking. This is not a
Can't
five-seater
use
car,
drones.
is it?
It's not like. Well, I assume it's not.
Caitlin, please buy
Is
these
it?
people a camper. Or a caravan. Ugh. What did Brainiac have
I-
against campers? What was that thing about them in Britain?
No.
They're practical. Anyway, that was Vampire the Masquerade. Sorry for making me messy in terms of explaining how the game works, but you pretty much know most of the rules now.
Yay.
These books are hundreds of pages. Why? I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'll tell you exactly why. Oh, I'll just open up a random page and I'll scroll around a bit and I'll tell you what's on it. Oh gosh. Healing lethal damage and blood bonds. That's what I'm seeing.
More like butt bonds.
Look at this classy art.
Oh,
Is that a Waffle House? This is the
Oh.
inside of a Waffle House. They say it is, but
I mean, I don't know. They don't have them.
I think
here.
that's the Waffle House near where you live.
You
They
know
all
what?
say.
Yeah, probably.
Like that actually looks like the one that Ringo and I went to.
Oh lord.
one of the most terrible properties of Kindred's Vitae is to enslave nearly any being who drinks it 3 times. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, the blood bond is most commonly used to ensnare mortals and ghouls! But Kindred can bind each other as well. Oh, that's just gross. Oh yeah, the Tremere have like a super version of this too. Oh. Well, that's how you get 500 pages in a core rulebook. I mean, I'll give it this much. At least it's not like Pathfinder or D&D where like half the pages are just spell descriptions. Makes it slightly... No, this just makes it longer. Oh, God. Diablerie. Did you know
Oh, yeah.
you can upgrade your generation by taking a big old bite out of someone else? Like an actual big bite.
Yeah, you just
Bite.
just bite a chunk out of someone. Mind
Bite
you,
out a crime.
dialabry is a very taboo practice.
Oh, it's so no-no that even your aura like gets affected by it.
Yeah, you're it's also not as easy to perform as like you kind of mentioned, but like it's such a big no that like people will know you did the no and basically it's kind of like just saying enabling like permanent PvP for a bit on you.
Well, the Sabbats think it's cool.
Well, the Sabbats suck, and if I see a Sabbat, I will kill it.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna tell you how hard this is to do. First, you gotta suck
Yeah,
out all.
okay.
You gotta suck out all the blood. Step 2, you gotta continue. The vampire must continue to suck.
Yep.
For, according to the Kindred legend, the very soul is withdrawn. That's a big sip. This effort involved in Diablo is monumental, for the vampiric soul is a greedy thing and clings tenaciously to unlife. I love this. I love that it's like, hey, by the way, you're an undead, you keep coming back to life every night because of how your torpor works. Yeah, of course your soul is going to be very difficult to suck out with a sippy straw.
That's super hard to do.
Here we go.
It's really strapped in there tight.
Once you've drained all the real blood, the true struggle begins. You make an extended strength roll, a difficulty 9. Each success is 1 health level. They cannot soak. And damage is considered aggravated. When all have been drained, then you're done.
Also, the last one I just posted is how Stacy was feeling during this.
Everything is flawless.
So I'm pretty sure. Pretty
This
sure
is-
like a Nosferatu or a Gangrel could have been working at Waffle House and no one would, be the wiser.
Hey, you're prettier than most of them. If you
The
can ever,
second cleanest person there.
if you ever say that to a Nosferatu, you've seen some people, man. Oh God, you're quite vulnerable to attack. Total concentration goes into them out. Even stopping for a moment ruins it. All attacks are made at difficulty 2, so you're just gonna bonk the shit out of them. Okay, so wow, that sure takes a fucking while. Upon completion, you are overwhelmed by euphoria. Holy shit. Damn. If the
Yeah,
victim
it's not really worth it.
Yeah, I mean, all you get out of it is a generation, and like, if you're 13th, it takes a while before you actually start seeing real benefits. It's like, oh, you get one more blood pool point. You can get 11.
Like if the thing the problem is it's just never worth it just because like I said it's basically like in a video game enabling everyone can PvP you
Claire,
because they want to kill you.
let me put it in very simple terms. This is a far more social game where the idea behind VTM is usually that you're confined to a town because it's easier to do because vampires can't travel between towns easily because it takes hours and you have to go outside. So most
Yeah.
vampires stick to one town. So logically, eating someone is about as bad as actually killing someone as a human being. Like you ain't getting off easy at all if you're lucky.
I mean, and plus you can't even hide it. It would be like people can smell that on you.
Oh
or
wait, I just
see it.
remembered the other meme about Waffle House.
Okay, let us have it.
Okay. If the Waffle House closes, we're all gonna fucking die.
Yeah. I was
Like,
told
they
about the
don't
Waffle House
close.
index. The Waffle House index. Okay, yeah, I love that ferret. I love him. He's got baggy pants. He's got baggy
Yeah,
pants.
a friend sent me this picture. I've been sending this picture so many times throughout the entire year.
Claire, it is a fucking good picture.
It is a good
Yeah.
picture. I love seeing it.
I love how snarky he looks like. What you got?
Do what you
I've
will. with
already
me.
won.
I've already won. Yeah, I've already won. Oh, yeah, okay. So,
The ferret wearing chainmail.
so before I go, I need to share something because I need to pop off, take a shower, and all also this. Because unfortunately, I have to go back to work tomorrow. Yay! So I got sliders from Arby's today
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
because they
have the
sounded
meat?
pretty good. Yeah, they have the meat. So I want to show you this slider.
What the? Oh,
There's so much
Okay.
wrong with that.
Okay.
oh,
like-
no.
Okay. When I look up sliders on Google because I don't know what a slider is, I get a picture that looks like. God damn it! Give me the picture. Wikipedia. It doesn't
That
want to give me the
Funniest
picture.
fucking sandwich I've ever seen.
That's the saddest slider I've ever
Okay.
seen.
Well. Okay.
Wait, look
okay.
at these requirements for a job I just posted.
Okay. Well, first I want to look at the slider for. God. Oh.
Oh my
it gets.
god!
How does that get sadder the longer I look at it?
Yeah, it like
Yeah,
when I
it's-
looked at it, I was like, really, Arby's? Really?
Okay. Management career. You must have the following attributes: integrity. Oh God! It immediately goes there. Leadership.
I mean, it's-
Win fights. No
it's very
fear.
much an
Knife
edit, but
skills.
still.
No fear.
What does it mean? Love 3 doors down.
The music.
Okay.
But they have knife skills and no fear and win fights together. They know what's up.
I mean, it is.
You're not
an
there
edit,
to
but
manage.
still.
You're there to manage survival.
Going there while you're a Diablerist sounds like double PvP mode.
So, yeah, and yeah, when you look up sliders, it's like
They look like
But-
sandwiches.
they look like little sandwiches. But what the f am I looking at? And I looked at it, I was like, this is sad. What the hell is this?
What, Claire?
And here's where it gets worse. These are the Arby's sliders. You notice something a little different about my chicken slider?
There's
my
no
national
cheese
chicken
on
slider?
it.
That's the
yeah,
amount of
no.
white shit.
No, that wasn't cheese. That was some kind of mayo,
What
I
is-
think. I have
what?
no clue. I wasn't actually sure because it was a Nashville chicken slider, so I'm like, I was expecting
scared.
like maybe something like a little pickle and the Nashville sauce on the chicken, which is on there. It's
I'm scared.
yeah. By the way, the others weren't. The other one was worse. I forgot to take a picture of it. It was not. There was no chicken in it. It was literally crusting.
What the
Now-
fuck?
But thankfully, the jalapeno roast beef slider actually looked like an effing sandwich and was actually really good. In fact, it was actually very, very spicy. But like, yo, Arby's, why'd you do me dirty like this? I don't believe in the meme where they say if you get a Arby's slider, you die. Or I'm sorry, you get any Arby's, it just, like kills you. Look at this. This is what I was supposed to get.
This weird looking meat.
That still looks
And-
very strange, but it looks way better than that. That looks like someone just painted a
Pale
turd
red.
orange.
Yeah, I was
It's-
trying so hard not to look at it and like this looks like a little poop, but it did.
It's just
It
a
done
little
did.
poop.
It's just a little turd. Like
Claire,
Yeah.
question,
It doesn't-
important question.
Yes.
Was the bun misaligned when you got it?
Yes. Well, no. Here's the problem. Safi, I couldn't line the bun properly up because the thing was a tiny chicken tender with two like slider pieces of bread on it. You
Oh,
couldn't align the goddamn thing properly because it doesn't fit on the sandwich. Because it's not a goddamn sandwich. It's you took like a skinny little chicken tender and stuck it between two slider buns.
okay.
Yeah,
This,
at least put 2 in there.
I can't, Claire. I can't. Okay.
I,
This
In
shit
so
is
this second,
I
there
could-
should be 2.
I was just happy that like the roast beef one was actually really good. And I was like, thank God, because that was depressing actually. And then the other chicken slider was. I'm just gonna get the roast beef ones because it's like Jesus Christ, their chicken tenders are depressing. Like
There,
holy
Claire.
crap! Just you make me want to eat at McDonald's, which I never want to do anymore because I work there. I can't eat at McDonald's anymore.
She physically cannot.
So here's what's effing me up, and I have to say this before I go, okay?
Give it a go.
So I'm looking at the chicken tender one here, right? Is it just being shot from an angle and it is a chicken tender, or is that like a little chicken patty? Like,
I mean, it's probably an angle.
yeah, because, and also in that sense, then why bother making a chicken slider, you f words? Like,
Because they have a whole bunch of chicken and a whole bunch of buns.
Yeah, the
Wait,
guy got rid of
FEMA
the
has
buns.
actually used the Waffle House Index to gauge how bad storms are.
Thanks, Waffle House.
I believe
okay,
it.
wait, here it is. This is a picture of someone cutting in half the chicken slider.
How does it look
So-
worse?
That's so goddamn depressing. Oh my
It's so
god.
I'm sad now, Claire. Thanks.
Well, hey, you didn't have to eat it. You didn't have to put it in your mouth and go.
Okay.
Well, the sad part is it wasn't that bad. Like the national one wasn't actually that bad.
Okay, so
The-
so at least it was edible.
Yeah. And then the jalapeno roast beef one was really good, and then the chicken one was the absolute worst. Made me want to cry. I thought it physically assaulted me.
If you want to, I can tuck you into bed with a hammer.
I mean, yeah, go for it. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I love
It
everyone.
is getting pretty late.
See you guys next
Here you
week.
go. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna post that again.
You're gonna have fun on the road, boys.
Oh yeah.
Brum, brum.
Gonna see some vampire hunters who are part of a lame society.
Brum, brum.
They got nerd names.
Names.
See you guys.
Also, I was just
next
imagining like
year.
the guys out there just like walking by on his guitar. It's like, oh god, he's gonna give away everything. We gotta, make sure people don't see the magical creature wandering around, right?
Yeah.
So I just lean out. Hey, you, Hadouken! Just shoot an energy beam at him.
Hey, are you sure you can perform a Hadouken on a moving vehicle? I imagine that messes with your inputs.
Look,
I don't know,
it's only a quarter
circle's
circle
pretty easy.
back.
Yeah.
Quarter circle back B. That's simple. I can spam that all day.
By
I
the
bet
time
you
you're
could do that.
by the time you're done arguing, you've already. God damn it! Yeah, that lizard's great though.
Hey.
You can actually shoot a Hadouken though. I would like to remind you that you do in fact have the power to do that. If
Yes,
you-
that's why I was saying I could do it.
let me run you through your things real fast. Forces is like physics, fire, electricity, that kind of stuff. Life is life. You can touch people and make them feel better. Prime is magic garbo. And matter is, stuff. You have enough stuff power that you can move stuff, make like a little dirt wall. So I love that the book's also like, by the way, don't fuck with time. If you fuck with time, your GM will get angry and will probably fuck you up for it, and we say that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, in
Also,
fact, encourage it. Oh,
wanna
it's
go,
he's
but
doing a stretch.
yeah, look at this fair
Yeah.
just like extend.
Salute the sun.
God, fairs have shapes. Like they are shapes.
Amorphous ones.
Hope you guys had fun.
I
It
did.
was
Yeah,
fun.
it
It was
was
fun to be
fun.
goofy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And also
No,
have
it-
Claire just like annihilate a guy.
Yeah, that was awesome. I like that part.
I hope you all
Like,
were okay.
I love that face off where it's like, I'm gonna draw my sword, we're gonna fight. Bam!
Just feral. Woman just dives
That's
in.
gangrels for you. Actually, no, that's Nosferatu for you. Nosferatu will probably throw themselves onto the fucking bus for a friend. Cause it's
Yeah,
like,
but see, here's the thing. Like the gangrel would have done just about the same thing I did, and it would have been really great. The difference is it wouldn't have been as great because he would have turned invisible and skulked off.
what?
You took pride in that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what those frogs do. They can turn invisible and stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, technically you can take those things too if you spend the experience on it, but hey.
I don't need to do it. I'm just a dirty little bum.
Oh yeah, I should probably explain what your powers are because you don't know what any of them mean. Run you through it real fast. Um, for Amy Lee, you have Protean, which I think lets you like get like Devil Eyes to see in the dark. Fortitude is added to all your stamina stuff. I think Obfuscate is in fact invisibility, but you have to stand still for it to work.
It depends.
It's low level Obfuscate, it's like one level. I think it says
Oh
that
yeah. So I can't do anything.
you can stand in a corner and no one can notice you. Animism lets you call animals, I think, or let them talk to them. I forgot which one it is, but I think you could talk to them. Like you can have a little conversation with an animal. Bella has Auspex too. She can read auras. She can like look at someone and go, you're a little scared there, buddy," or tell if someone's a vampire or not. Celerity, I think, is speed, so that adds to all of her dex rolls.
More drugs.
She can also spend a blood point and then sacrifice celerity to gain extra actions in a round. So if she wants to, she can blam blam her gun like 3 times in a round or more. It really depends on how she wants to do this. She can put you full of holes with ease. You can take multiple actions in a turn, but she can do it without having to sacrifice multiple dice for it. And presence is, I think, enough that she can like make everyone look at her in the room. Fits.
Yeah. Just like, hey, I'm here.
Oh yeah, just so you know that how it went like kind of psycho mode on that dude,
Yeah.
like an animal, the beast as they would call it. At 5 animalism, I if I remember right, you can get a power where if I'm about to go like hog wild, I can like release that and put it into someone else.
Okay, how about I look up animism real fast so we can verify that I'm right into. Oh, I love that it has a section for storytelling. Yeah, Furrow Whispers. You can talk to animals.
Yeah, like
Oh, here we go. Drawing out the beast is 5. There's 6, but you're not supposed to get that normally. Here we go. 1, you transfer the beast. Oh yeah, that's what you do. Holy shit.
yeah. So yeah, if I'm about to go psychotic, basically, I'm about to lose control. I can then put this psychotic, like psycho hungryism into someone else.
At 1 success, you
Like-
unleash it on someone else. At 2, the character is stunned, made at X next turn, but transfers to be successfully altered. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's nasty.
Masquerade's powers get like absurd at the 5, and then everything after that is like, oh okay.
What the hell?
Yeah, like look up the I'm looking at them now because eventually it gets to the point where like I become effing Kwame from Captain Planet, and I just summon a zoo
Let
on
our
people.
powers combine.
Yeah, remember when Kwame actually acts awesome, where he summons like an entire like rainforest on someone?
Unchain the beast.
His powers are very inconsistent.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, fucking what? A target of this power erupts into a fountain of blood and gore as claw and bite wounds from an invisible source spontaneously tear his flesh asunder. What?
Yeah. Basically, I like point at someone, and they a bear that you don't see explodes out of them. Basically,
With a glance, a vampire can awaken the beasts of her enemies, causing physical injury and excruciating agony. As violent as her own violent impulses manifest in physical form, tearing them apart from. What the fuck?
yeah. Basically, instead of it's actually great because it's kind of like the power that I had before evolves. So instead of like sending my animalistic nature into someone that I was about to lose control, I actually manifest it inside you, literally.
And your cells tear you apart.
Yeah. You ever felt like you had a rat
To be
inside
fair-
you?
To
No.
be fair, most of these high level powers are ridiculous and silly. Let me look up.
Well, yeah, like
Celerity, for example. The highest one is called Zephyr. What does it do? Legendary comic book style uses of enhanced speed, allowing them to run across water. It's very cute.
yeah, I'm trying to think of like let's see.
I mean, Fortitude can give you armor and stuff. It's all very cute.
There's like hell, presence literally just turns people into slaves instantly at like max level.
Let's see. Max level 9. Systems spends 4 block points, activates power, additional 2 for every turn. Is this the right one? Oh, I'm in Protean. Whoops.
Oh wait, Dream World. There you go. Look up Dream World.
Dream World.
is presents.
Oh, I don't see that. I got all.
Ah.
Maybe I'm in the wrong edition.
Well, let me just read it. Dream World, which is literally max above and beyond. Dream World. Project dreams and nightmares to everyone in the world. Like,
Oh, the one I have is called Pulse of the City. A vampire who's developed her presence to this terrifying degree can control the emotional climate of an entire region around her, up to the size of a large city. Holy shit!
it's one of those your DM kind of has to decide that because it gets to the point where basically, have you heard of the comic character Hate Monger?
I love that it says that you can use this power while you're sleeping.
Yeah,
Well, the reason you need a high level is that I think your traits can go up to 5. Otherwise, you need to be of high enough generation to go above. So
I think it
So-
was.
So at max present, you could just enact the citywide orgy.
Oh well, or worse.
The
you
highest-
know?
Or the
the
purge.
highest a normal person can get is Majesty. At this stage, the vampire can augment her supernatural mien 1,000-fold. The attractiveness becomes paralyzingly beautiful. The homely become hideously twisted. It's adorable. No roll
And
is
then there's one person who does have the max level presence, Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Look at that anime here.
That's actually in his stats, by the way, is he has such high charisma he could literally create an empire within a few months.
Stop tickling the duck.
Yeah, and then they like the speed boys at like past that. Like basically these powers are just like you just make the character broken because like
Claire-
one is legitimately.
It's a
Yeah.
game. It's a narrative social game, so it doesn't really care about that. It's just.
I
Like,
mean
hey,
that's true too.
Yeah, the mechanics don't matter.
What
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the one where like the insanity projection people. Let's see, what one is that called?
There's also were cockroaches, so yeah.
See, that's great.
Offered Island
What's
to
it
be
called
one.
being Claire?
Well, the were
What was it?
cockroaches are made by Pentex. They're like mockery breeds. They're like genetically manufactured versions. When you kill them, they turn into 1,000 cockroaches, and if one of them survives, they eat their body mass for like several days to grow into a new person.
I think I was in one game where the plot device was this person had like super high level dementium, basically, and it was based off of a movie. But the idea was he would touch someone and turn like rebooted their brain into a like sadistic serial killer, which would then transfer after they killed someone, and it basically was like an infection.
Cool. Hey, Clara, let's go to bed. It's late.
Okay, go to bed.
Well, I gotta take a shower, but yeah, but boy, I'm having fun. This game is my childhood.
Yeah, then we're gonna have some more fun. Come on. The faster you sleep,
And-
the sooner it's tomorrow, and the closer you are to
and
the next
with-
game.
And Wizards destroyed D&D and ruined my childhood.
We.
Oh,
Why?
God damn it. Wait, we didn't even get Safi's commentary on that, Claire.
We.
Oh yeah, wait, Steffi, how do you feel about 1D&D?
Well, first, I want to know what the fuck you mean about your childhood being ruined.
I'm gonna go. Whoosh.
Okay,
Why
boy.
does it-
Okay, boy. Okay, so Safi, the whole talk about monetization of D&D
Yes.
is not is undermonetized. Okay, well, the one D&D, which is the next edition D&D stuff, they're basically monetizing literally everything to the point where you have to pay a subscription fee for even basic classes.
Wait, has that been
So-
confirmed yet?
Yeah,
That's
this is
been
what they've been
confirmed.
talking about.
So
No, have they said it? Has it actually been confirmed yet, or is it just
Let's see. I'll go and pull up the actual.
like? I
information.
love the spin ferret.
yeah, I wanted to post that while
I
Get
spin the
mad.
shark bait.
I would totally spin shark bait in like
She's
if I
gonna
had
be
one of those
7.
mop buckets.
She's gonna be so good.
Oh yeah, I'm making this birthday extra special. We're gonna be getting her treats, toys.
I heard a little
Sippies.
party hat.
Will she finally get a pool? 7
She's
long years.
7 long years. Shark bait doesn't get a pool.
That's
It's,
like
like
100
a-
in ferret years.
80.
Let's
Of course
see.
you know. Of course
Oh,
Claire
yeah.
knows.
Well, yeah, I love that baby.
First, because I'm reading up on the info, they are changing the OGL.
Yes.
You now need to tell Wizards of every
Yeah, yeah.
single thing you do and provide them revenue reports and pay royalties.
Over 50,000. The royalties are for over 750k.
Yeah,
still
so
the fact that
it's
they're
really
slightly
only going
stepping
to
in
affect
on it.
Critical Role.
Oh, you need to remember that like nobody likes royalties, and also I would like to remind you that you cannot copyright game rules because they are not creative; they are functional. So WotC is shitting out of their ass to try and get money for it that really isn't all that much money in the grand scheme of things.
But they're gonna pretend there is.
This move, I think, I don't know where this is going, but it's turning into kind of a musky trash fire in terms of what might happen if it goes that way.
It
If-
it really doesn't go well, Safi, with the fact that everything is like how poor things are going
Listen,
with the
Claire-
magic as
Claire-
well.
Claire, I know I've seen where the Sterling show has gone with video games over the years. I know how this goes. I don't trust mega corporations, etc., etc. So that makes it all the funnier that I'm like, this is probably going to be the worst possible outcome because they've already pulled. Like, I have a strong suspicion they were going to get rid of the OGL and they saw the lashback and they were like, let's just backpedal and just change it so that we can keep doing what we were planning to do, but we pretend that it's not. Oh, it's going to be great. Oh, man. Early 2023, we're going to see the new OGL. And it's probably going to be bullshit that doesn't matter. Because let me put this on the table. The OGL has no teeth, doesn't do anything. The only reason it was made by WotC at all in 2000 and whatever was because TSR was extremely litigious and they wanted to show to everyone, look, we're not going to be like that. You can make content. We're not going to go after your websites and your personal stuff. You can do what you want. Here's the OGL. It's our peace offering. It was never meant to be an actual legal document that did anything. Because again, you cannot legally copyright game rules and systems. If the language isn't obfuscated, it's not creative enough. You can't patent it because it's not an invention. It's not a physical thing.
But what if we could?
If they could, it would have been done 1,000 times before, and TSR would have gone away with a lot of their bullshit.
True.
They did.
Anyway,
but-
I'm gonna post this ferret. Wizards makes me angry. Screw Hasbro.
Oh my god,
Ferrets are good.
that's so cute.
Yeah,
I love it.
if I find out what that is, I wonder if she would play with it. Like, I'm actually curious because Sharpay doesn't like play much. Wiggles my fingers.
I love how this ferret has to like turn.
She likes to roam. That's her favorite thing to do. She likes to roam and roll on things and push things over.
Well, I hope she pushes you over into bed.
I mean,
Honestly, I think the biggest thing the OGL did was it just made everyone so much more confident that they didn't need to use 4E.
That's the definition of the term irony.
irony, but
Because-
boy.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
You get it? It's ironic because they did it so that people would play their game more, and now then they used it to play the game less.
I'm trying to remember because I saw something that talked about
By the way, the book does in fact have a katana listed under melee weapons. Yes, thank you.
it has to.
Of course it does. The 3 damage types are bashing, lethal, and aggravated, but I forgot how they are, like what they mean. Oh, here we go. Bashing is like blunt trauma and minor injuries, bruises, and stuff. Lethal is cuts, claws, guns. Aggravated is massive tissue and organ damage, fire, radiation, electricity, or metaphysical harm. Why vampire claws? Shouldn't it be vampire bites? Oh well. Hubba. What were you gonna do, Salah?
I was just saying I had trying to find it again, but I saw the some stuff talking about it where they basically said they're gonna have a subscription model to use D&D Beyond, one D&D, whatever it's gonna be called.
We'll
not
see.
Beyond. And then you'd have
That's
to
a
pay for a
placeholder name.
lot of stuff because they
This is the way things are going is very much towards that. Okay, so let me just put it down. The thing video games and a lot of IT companies have skewed towards is what's called the platform market model. And if WotC wants to do that, that's not how that works. It ain't gonna work, and people aren't gonna like it. But it might just work because a lot of people are fucking idiots and are gonna follow it anyway. Like this is gonna
Well,
be one of those coin flip moments that changes history forever.
well, yeah, because it goes to the big issue of what's going to work more. Is it going to be the people who are attached to a system because they're used to it, and so they'll pay money to keep it up
But-
all the time?
But remember,
or are people wanting change?
But remember, a lot of people who came into D&D, a lot of the new players, are people who saw Stranger Things and just wanted to see. They're probably not hardcore fans. They're probably not going to stick around. So that's why they're monetizing things like shirts and random garbage, because those people just want the random garbage. They're not going to buy the books, which means the system falls by the wayside. Which means the system. This is what mainstreaming does to you. the thing people liked about it becomes irrelevant. And that's also a part that terrifies me. And also kind of why I gave up, and I just don't care. This is now a corporate video game product, and giving a shit is like giving a shit about Call of Duty. It's like, who fucking cares, right? Like, the good one exists already. You can go play that one. And everything else they're going to make from this point forward is going to be shit.
Yeah. The oh god, gaming just has the whole thing. The live service model is just, I think, one of the worst models for entertainment. You're basically gonna be putting something people are buying on life support indefinitely until you just pull the plug. You're never gonna go on with the design that eventually will replace this, because they're basically saying they want one D&D to not be replaced.
It's not going
They
to
just
work.
want to keep evolving it.
That's not going to work. It's not going to work because D&D 5e fucking sucks, and they're not fixing anything. What they're doing is
Well,
they're
they
taking
originally said they didn't want to replace 5e.
all they're doing is they're taking all the game rules and they're giving them a little shaky shake.
Yeah.
What has actually been improved or fixed? The martial caster disparity? Fuck you. Go jump off a fucking... Like, oh, we haven't seen the warrior book yet. They're not going to change anything, motherfucker. And if they're gonna, it's not going to be good. I don't trust these motherfuckers with design. They don't know how to fucking design. They know how to shake some rules around. Like, they talk about bounded accuracy, which is just a bunch of fucking bullshit that doesn't make any sense to begin with. Because, like, what's so special about it? Just so many other systems do it. You know what has bounded fucking accuracy? Iron Claw, because you can go up to a 212 and after that, like, mathematically speaking, it's bit 5e in the ass because there's really no strong numbers differentiation between people. Like, there's so much wrong, and the caster disparity also do with the fact that casters are better at everything. Like, the problem is they're not going to fix it. If to fix it, they would have to change too much to make it backwards compatible. People, it's just such a fucking clusterfuck. Like I've said this 1,000 times, this is the most terrifying project you can have, where you can't change anything, but to make it better, you have to change everything. And the whole fucking edition mentality in the D&D space is so goddamn fucking shit. Like, every other game makes new editions and revisions from time to time. Like, Vampire the Masquerade has like 5 editions or more at this point. They even made a whole new version. And, like, the idea that an edition needs to be this big, I hate it. I hate it. It's such dumb garbage, and it's shit, and it's trash, and it's a game no one wants that they pretend that they want because it's realistic and the video game components makes it. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so mad about this. Everyone is eating McDonald's saying it's caviar. Oh. And that's why I stopped caring, because this shit gives me an aneurysm every time I think about it. Oh. Just gonna wiggle my little feeties at the air.
Wiggle them. They'll make you feel better.
Little feeties. Little feeties. By the way, I'm sorry about the Nazi. I got a little tangled up in something that I had planned, and this is okay and everything. I like that she left when this started because she knew what was gonna come.
It would last forever.
Anyway, I'll see you guys next week for everything, and maybe in between, who knows what's gonna happen.
See you.
Yeah,
next
since you said you
year.
aren't looking into a new game on the weekends with us.
What?
With Como and I.
Yeah.
On the weekends.
Yeah.
You said you weren't looking into a new one.
No, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the things I say I want to do, like if the Star Wars D20 thing just created me or something, or if I don't want to run for 2 people. I don't know what it is. I'm having a lot of fun with my other Saturday game anyway.
And we don't have Pullum available, yeah.
I need people with a low chemistry. I need people with low chemistry. Like, I'm not saying this group is like the best group in the world, but it's a good group. It gets stuff done and things happen. And I don't feel like
I feel like we've all been stepping up a little bit more.
Yeah. And Saturday, everyone's having a good everyone's having fun. I got a guy that I can't believe sounds the way he does, but I'm just having fun. I don't have that on Saturdays. I don't know if it's Como. It might just be Como, and it might just be you, Zyla. It might just be you two being this weird combination that doesn't work.
I think it's a lot of it might be Como because he's so low key.
He is a very specific kind of person
that it is hard to bounce off of him.
I'm not saying he's bad, but I do think that
he's a good guy. It's just he is difficult to get a lot of energy out of.
Well, okay.
Unlike Claire, I can't bully Como.
I should let you guys go to bed though. Thank you, Bella and Zyla, for being here. Thank you all. It was great. I'm glad
you
tolerated.
for playing the game.
Thank you for tolerating my bullshit and dealing with this. Next time it's going to be a bit more lighthearted. I don't know why I did that. I just felt like putting in some of the edge, man. You can't play Vampire the Masquerade without having at least one skinhead.
This game Like none of us, I think, were against having the skinhead in there
No.
because he also got me killed.
The most important part was that I thought, what if you would stick with the old lady at night?
No. Drugs.
Everyone left the old lady. I'm gonna post
For
about that.
drugs.
They like, I expected someone to because I was like the first one to go to the shady dudes, but like then everyone just followed, and I was just like,
You
oh,
see,
I
I
can't
kind
turn
of-
back now.
I kind of figured to be Clary'd stick around, you know, not being the sociable type.
There, I'm calling you
Well, then
out.
no.
You have been called out. I slept like shit and I don't know why, but hey, I ran that all right. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't explain. Oh, let's just call it quits and go home.
Yeah.